This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the Terry Gross of menswear. He puts the Saint in St. Louis. Blamo clothes are the watch advertiser contract. That's the real Kirkland signature. The timepiece titan. Got 2 kids. He puts the jizz in horologist. So gregarious, it's not Jeremy, it's Jeremy. The microphone maestro. The only thing mid about him is the Midwest. The Seiko boy sultan. The chrome dome going no mode. Big boss of the bezel. Wrist never shitty, so it's never a butt dial. The Bruce Wayne of plain Janes. The Jackie of Casio. Cannon on the wrist. He the Omega Man. Host of the Blamo podcast, Jeremy Kirkland. Jeremy, how the hell are you?
I'm walking on air. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Good
These
to
are
see
so
you, buddy.
good. Yeah, what a pleasure to be
With the
back
battery in your back.
on the real pod, the only pod that matters.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is a first time TF in front of the paywall.
Yeah. This is a big boy. This is
Damn,
a big boy move.
Jeremy touches down, immediately comes to the stew, cuts an instant Blasic, goes back to his family in St. Louis.
That's basically, yeah. Back to my little home playing fucking God of War.
Tells the public hotel.
That's what you do. You raise your kids for 2 hours, play God of War for 22 hours,
Yeah.
maybe cut a podcast the next day.
Yep.
Go from there.
Flick
Yeah.
it through us. You forgot that he goes to the front desk at the public hotel and goes, no, charge me more.
Oh yeah, that was such a joke. Yeah, because everything that came back, like New York didn't want me to come back this time. I've been coming back every other
God
month.
did.
Yeah, God did.
Eric Adams didn't believe in me.
Yeah. I was supposed to get in yesterday at 11 a.m.
Mhm.
Plane's delayed because of fog. Everybody's freaking out.
That's why I got to fly private, baby.
I know. Well, and it was
Tag Hoyer.
yeah, it was crazy.
Up the payment plan, bro.
Yeah. What's crazy is like everyone was there, was losing their shit. People were playing musical airplanes, trying to book whatever was going to be the
Planes,
next
trains, and
airplane
automobiles,
to
yeah.
get in.
Mhm.
Then we get on the plane. People are pissed because they booked on the different plane. They don't have their first class anymore. Someone's mad. Everything's going nuts. I get in, crazy traffic, get to the hotel. They're like, we don't have your reservation.
Yeah, sorry,
we don't know
dude.
who you are.
Get out of here.
And I was like, I need a place. I need to sleep here. And I'm like, who? I'm like, well, I guess I can text my friends. I could sleep on the floor. This is gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my friend was like, dude, just go home. He's like, yeah. He's like, New York doesn't
Turn
want-
around.
Then
Yeah.
it was raining. I
This
slipped
is
on
a
the
dub.
front of the building.
You bust your ass?
I did. I slipped on the front of the building, busted my wrist, ripped my jeans.
Oh, not the wrist.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
busted my
dude.
wrist, ripped my jeans.
That's your livelihood is this man's wrist.
Yeah, then this person looks at me and they're like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you lost, man?" I was like, "I used to live here." And he was like, "Sure."
Yeah, man, sure.
Yeah, totally, dude. Well,
So-
listen, we're
I
happy
used to
that
style Paul Rudd.
I swear. You remember me?
I did a Madden commercial. At least you made it to Greenpoint in one piece. We are
did.
so happy to have you, Jeremy. The best fucking guy in all of menswear. Let's do a fit check so
Yep.
we can get right into the show. The choice for you, buddy, and I know you know the right answer. Top down or bottom up, go off.
Bottom up.
There
Let's
it
go.
is.
Shoes are outside because I'm a gentleman.
Thank you.
Thank you for respecting my culture.
Yeah. Does anyone actually do show up here and they're like, I don't want to take my shoes off? They get Johnny Depp on you?
Yeah, for
Really?
sure. But I think once I drop the, hey, respect the Asian household, they're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Once
cool.
he makes
Or
it
just like
racial.
respect hygiene.
Yeah,
in general.
exactly.
No one
Well,
wants your
be
fucking
civilized.
dirty ass
So
shoes
to
on here.
play Deadpool's advocate real quick, if you have stinky socks and you didn't prepare in that regard, it's maybe more hygienic to keep.
No, it's not.
the shoe
How
on.
do you get the
No, it's
pod
not.
invite if you got stinky socks?
I don't know, dude. It's
What
definitely
stinky dudes?
We've
you
had
got
some.
on
We've
this?
had some. We've had some.
or some
Media,
stinky ladies.
we've had some media writers on here. You know,
Yeah.
they're not the cleanest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of these Substackers
They're like, I
aren't.
just wear my Birks like every day.
Yeah. One of the Steve Jobs Burks.
Yeah.
You don't have
But okay,
stinky
what's
socks.
outside? What's
No,
outside?
hell no.
What are the
man.
shoes outside?
They're the
Oh, yeah.
Vans EG,
Okay.
the little mismatched shoes.
Is it the one where wait? It's a different shoe. It's a slip-on and a old
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Really? For real?
No, not a slip-on in an old school. It's
You know they did that.
yeah, it's
Completely different
Just two.
shoes.
yeah,
they
it's
fucked
like
the production run and they're like, all right, fuck it.
which is I mean dumb. You could just
It's
like,
so you could walk
buy
on the so you
different-
could walk on the train and people are like, oh, this guy needs a seat.
yeah,
He's a little,
exactly.
he's a little touched.
this
Yeah.
guy
when you slip outside of the hotel, they know to actually provide some fucking
Yeah,
love
he-
and support.
yeah. So got those on. There's some comfy shoes. They're the ones with the little ortholite, which is nice.
Good walking around the city shoes for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. You have to have comfortable shoes. in
This
the
ain't
city.
St. Louis. We don't drive.
Yeah, we don't drive.
Lawrence get car sick.
Got some bombas. Shout out Randy Goldberg.
Shout out Randy.
Still riding the homie hookup.
Are you
there.
set for life? Do you never have to pay for socks again?
No, I wish I got a grip of them. And just like anything else, I mean, you wash your socks for a couple years.
Yeah.
You get holes in them. You look like a clown.
Exactly.
So, I did pay for the re-up full price.
Oh, wow. What a guy. Well, Randy, if you're listening, let's make things right.
Yeah. This man has had a tough entry
Yeah.
back into New
I know
York.
Randy can afford it to send a couple socks your way.
I
dog.
know. Cook it up.
Do you think when he gives socks out for free, there's an equal amount goes to the homeless shelters,
I've asked him about
right?
that.
And what's the answer?
He said that they tally up like what they've donated. I mean, because it's not literally like, oh, we only sold 48 socks today.
Sorry, homeless guys.
Yeah. They're just constantly doing it. So
Okay.
it all
This ain't
comes out in the
Tom's,
wash.
dude. It's
Yeah.
Bombas.
But I asked him, I was like, so if you have a bad day, is that like worse for folks who need some socks?
Yeah.
And he's like,
Guys who are already having a bad day, a bad
Yeah.
life, bad couple of years. Shout out to Houseless.
yeah,
We
shout out to
respect
the-
you and support you.
Yeah.
displaced.
With free socks.
But please stop shitting in my foyer.
yeah.
Call back.
The chinos.
Got some Dickies.
Nice.
Some
He's a working man.
yeah, the 874s.
874, yeah.
874s. They're seriously the best fucking pants.
You size up.
No, yeah. These are 34s.
Yeah, you got to size up.
Oh, okay. Quick little flex out the gate. This man has a 32 waist.
I did well.
You
keep
lost
it
some
in
weight
trying.
with the running, dude. We're
Yeah.
not going to talk about. We talked about a lot of running with Andrew. We
Keeping
kinda-
it tight while living in the Midwest, that's
Yeah.
got to be a challenge.
Really
It
went through
is. It is because
Especially St. Louis with the fucking barbecue.
yeah. Well, there's the barbecue
and the Anheuser-Busch.
and the God of War marathon.
Yeah,
and two
the God
kids,
of War,
by the way.
God of War,
And then
the
no
medical
walking.
marijuana card.
Yeah.
The
No
fact
walk-
that fast food is really good out there. Yo,
What's
the
your-
McDonald's next to me is unbelievable.
Is it for real next to you? You live next to a McDonald's?
It is.
How dangerous is that?
There's been a few times that I pull a hard turn just
Yeah.
right in there. I'll hit the gym.
to eat your feelings.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, fuck this. And I just make a hard turn. I'm in there and I'm like, 2 sausage egg McMuffins, please. And they're like, we got you. I pay with the app. I'm like, God mode points. Right
He's the
now.
Jason Bourne of McDonald's breakfast.
They called
Yeah.
me Ronald.
One of the times they were like, hey, Jeremy. And I was like,
Oh,
no,
dude. When you're on a first name
Damn.
basis with Ronald McDonald, you got a
Yeah.
fucking problem, dude.
Let me get the McBlamo meal.
Yeah, it was a little rough. Yeah.
Damn, that's a good title, McBlamo. What's the number one regional fast food chain? Like, if people are in St. Louis and they want a real taste of the culture, where do you send them? It's not McDonald's.
That like regional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is the
People
region?
go to a place called A Little High
Ooh.
or Lion's
when they're
Choice.
a little high.
Zing. A Little High is local in St. Louis.
But it's fast food or good food quickly.
It's good food quickly.
Okay.
It's good
Fast
burgers
cash.
and stuff like that. And then
Is there a barbecues fast food spot?
there's not really. I mean,
Like
there's
Besides
chain
the
barbecue?
besides the McRib?
yeah. You have like Pappy's. You have Smoky Mo's. You have all those places.
Mo's.
Yes, it's Smoky Mo's.
Damn, St. Louis is a big Kush town.
Yeah, man. It's
Walk one. Welcome to St. Louis, man.
I live in Little Kingston, St. Louis.
there's some gnarly food in there. Then there's all the place. There's a place called Balkan Treat Box.
That sounds dangerous.
Which is very, very good.
What is in the water where everyone is naming shit the most fire fucking?
Oh yeah, they're real
Balkan
Algonquin round table on these.
Balkan
on these
Treat
names.
Box sounds like a nickname for like a fucking like a missile or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're basically most of the people that came over. Clinton brought a lot of the
Yeah.
Bosnians, Herzegovinians,
Yeah.
if that's correct. Yeah,
Herzegovinians.
yeah. That were displaced in the '90s, and there's quite the the crew of.
And they're just serving up the treat box.
They're serving up the treat
of
box.
dudes trying to kidnap Liam Neeson's daughter.
pull up in the Adidas tracksuit. So they know you're valid.
Yo, let me see your squat, your Slav squat real
Yeah,
quick.
there's some mad good food in the
Hell yeah.
Midwest.
But still keeping it tight for the Dickies. Only a 34, which, as we know, equates.
Are
to
those
32.
is Lil Yugoslavia or whatever? Is it all like Slavcore shit?
I guess.
Everyone's in like has like
Balenci?
a Caesar and Balenciaga and like Adidas
Oh
track
yeah, I mean
pants.
people in there look pretty dope. Yeah, that's true. But there's no like Don in the corner who's like kind of like
Right.
jacked and he's just mumbling like stuff to himself.
The Slav squad.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
But
got
no,
the Dickies on.
yeah, because been trying to hit the gym,
Yep.
trying to
Between
get
McDonald's
cut.
sessions.
It's true. I work out to
Between
to eat.
politicking with Ron.
Yeah, between politicking with Ron. Got that. This is
Going grimace mode.
Yeah.
Budweiser
Oh
Busch
hell yeah.
Stadium.
Ooh.
The Bud Light Stadium Run, 1983. The shirt's
yeah.
older than me.
The house that
Oh, it's
Bush
not
built.
it's not a birth year tea.
No, yeah, no birth year tees for this clown. Then I got old Black Fleece.
Oh, shout out T
Um,
Bizzle.
Yeah, Yeah, it's true.
Ahead of its time. That shit
yeah.
would bang now with how much everyone is on his dick. But
Yeah, and it's all fucked and
Yeah, it's nice.
actually worn and beat up. And
But it does look like you're a little boy going to school.
I know. Yeah.
Like
I'm a real boy.
Rego TB.
going to gym class in Busch Stadium, dude.
Yeah. What about this fucking jacket?
Oh, yeah,
you got
The jacket is it was I guess the Noah Barber from like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe the wool one.
Harris tweed or
No, it's not
wool?
Harris, but it is like some
It's
sort of
fucking nice.
tweed thing. Yeah, it's
like a flecked
it's
wool.
comfy.
it's a treated wool. It's water resistance.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's nice and long.
Mhm.
What's the
It's like-
weather like in St. Louis? Are you hurting for outerwear, or is it shitty there too?
I mean, St. Louis weather is trash no matter what.
It's like 130 in the summers, right?
Yeah, and it was 90 1 week, and then a week later it was like 40.
Okay, so you can't get like
So it's-
layers off.
Yeah. Oh,
All right,
yeah, yeah.
all right,
I mean,
all right,
and
all right.
it'll get super cold. I mean, last year was crazy cold, and so but the thing is, there's no runway. Like you're not getting dressed for
Right.
the streets. So the amount of like it's dead serious. The
You don't
hardest
say.
the hardest fucking time is like you wake up and you'll be like, I could just stay in sweatpants. Like
Yeah.
I get up, I take my daughter to daycare, I go to the gym, I work out, I come home and I work.
Are you swag dad at the daddy daycare drop off?
I'm trying to be, but yeah, I mean, it's not hard when everyone's wearing like an Under Armour shirt with an American
right.
flag.
But
on
you're
it.
Thin blue line core.
Yeah. There's some like,
But you're like
freedom.
jogging under the golden arch in like District Vision and like Satisfy running. Like you're doing it right when you jog or when you drop your daughter.
Yeah,
off.
I'll wear like some
we
track
see
Smith
on
or shit.
it's the right gray
Yeah.
sweats like or right.
Are
quote.
other dads come over and like, yo, what is that? Or they're like, yo, look at that gay dad over there. Like
Basically, it's probably the
gay dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Gay dad could be a good episode title.
St. Louis's #1 gay dad, dude.
Yeah. That is like, I mean, once I went to my daughter's friend's birthday party and I was there, and the weird thing is
We got hate crimes.
so like I showed up.
Did you get a fit off?
Yeah, man. I was like iced out. I was wearing some LP open walks. I looked pretty fucking good. And I was like, all right. I was like, I'm gonna look good. And it's like these clowns that are there.
They're like, are those loci sandals? No, they're fucking war piano, bitch.
Yeah, they're wearing like, Under Armour
With a
and-
reef sandal with a bottle opener under it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Under Armour and just whatever stuff from like the outlet mall, which is fine. 'Cause,
Sure,
like these
right.
guys are like, they also pull up in a freaking F-150 Raptor,
Sure.
like 100K.
It's a Raptor.
It's a fucking raptor.
They pull up in that, and I'm in my little Mazda, like, hey.
The Mazda Adi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And so then one guy was like, you have a kid here? And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, this is my daughter. And he was like, oh, cool. And he's like, so what kind of work do you do? And I was
he's
like,
basically the dad version of what's your fucking deal, bro?
yeah. And I was like, oh, I do like a podcast. And he's like, oh yeah, like a stoolie.
Oh no.
And I was like, fuck. No, I was like, but
You're like,
yeah,
no,
I was
those
like,
are
we
my
talk about-
boys.
Yeah, I was like,
In
actually,
Brooklyn.
yeah. But this guy's like, yeah, I do. I research pharmaceuticals, and I'm just like, okay,
hell yeah.
shit.
Wait, so he's just a pill popper down in
Yeah.
fucking little Kosovo?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. But like, and he's just like, what? He's like, what kind of shoes are those? And he was like, and he thought that they were. This is I got clowned because he thought my open walks, my Lord Piana open walks, were fucking.
Yeah.
What are those trash shoes that everyone?
Allbirds?
Allbirds. Yeah. He thought they were Allbirds.
You're like, yeah, these are worth like 100 pairs of
I know,
Allbirds,
and
though.
I was
so
like,
bad for the environment.
he's like, oh, those are pretty nice. Like, where did you get those at? And that's the downside because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you want to flex a tiny bit, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, you showed up in a 100K car, like
Yeah, yeah.
it's so yeah, it's kind of gnarly.
These are the F-150s.
yeah.
Footwear.
yeah, I got raptors on my dogs, dude.
Yeah, it's so there's some weird shit there, but
Comes
it's-
with the territory, right?
yeah, it's fine.
Have you not found like a fellow Jawnz enthusiast community, if not like another individual?
There are,
Yeah, the
but,
Blamo Slack, dude.
yeah, it's true. I mean, there's definitely some dudes that are out there, but like they're into kind of like the gorpy stuff.
Okay.
The dudes that are wearing the stuff that I wear are like old and rich, and they're like, my
Right.
wife bought me this Cuccinelli. Like they are just disconnected in that. Like, yeah. But there's crazy
Where's
good
the
vintage.
new store that that Trevor, your brother, works
That's
at?
in Denver.
Uh, No,
No,
that's in
right?
Webster Groves. He works
Okay.
for a
Yeah.
shop. Oh man, he's gonna clown on me. I don't remember the name.
Yeah,
Hold
I
up
feel
for you if
bad
you
too
want.
because we also did a private sale. Fuck, shout out Trevor though.
Yeah, Trevor.
Field theory.
Field
Yeah.
Theory, yeah. He
But
used to work
what
at
I'm
a
saying.
place
That's like
called
a
East
Gorp
West.
store.
It's
for
crazy
camp,
nice.
like for camping and
Yeah,
hiking.
I mean,
Like,
it's like
they got good shit. Obviously,
yeah, all
They have the real shit, and then they also have like the Jawnz. They have like Ann Wander. and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
shit.
yeah,
But
they have
like,
Ann
the real
Wander
shit,
and
too.
stuff that people are like, this is expensive, and then they're like, I'll buy a Taylor Stitch sweater,
Right,
or
right,
stuff
right.
like that, that's a crazy thing in the Midwest and all that stuff.
I'll buy a shirt that says "Good Life" on it.
Yeah, all the brands that like people clown on here move.
Oh, I'm sure.
Of course.
Also, to be clear, we don't
Like-
clown on Taylor Stitch, but
No,
I get what you're saying.
I'm talking about
I
like
do.
Faraday brand. Like I clown on Faraday. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And like that stuff, everyone's like, "You ever heard of Faraday?" Someone's like, "You ever heard of Buck Mason?"
yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "I love Buck Mason t-shirts."
best t-shirts in the game.
And you're just
bought them
like-
right off the timeline.
Yeah, I know. And you're just like, "Cool."
Did
Yeah, yeah.
GQ actually say that Buck Mason was like the number one T-shirt? Because that's
They've been
the IG
riding that
sponsored
quote for a long
quote.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like a Justin Dawson quote.
From 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep that up. It's like press secured.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the outerwear. Where are we going next? The spectacles.
Let's do spectacles.
Spectacles. These are some Naki made
Ooh.
from Kobe, Japan.
Yeah.
Back when I used to get the homie hookup.
the
when I went to
Wagyu,
armory.
the Kobe
Yeah.
beef of eyewear.
It's got A1 specs, dude.
Yeah. Then I got this. I don't know, some this
charm bracelet?
little bracelet that my buddy Lance Panda made. Then this I got a little name bracelet that
It's
this funny enough.
When they find your unconscious body outside of the public hotel, they can identify you.
Yeah,
nice. The charm bracelet must get the St. Louis dads like looking at you a little suspect.
Well, my daughter
the
made
yellow,
it.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff where people like there's still a bit of people like you can be whatever you want, and that's your right to be whatever you want. But if you're going to do that, you might need to step away from a child.
yeah.
Stay the
right.
fuck out my bed, my bathrooms.
Yeah.
This is you remember Philip Crangy?
Yeah, of course.
Way back in the day, Michael Bastian, Philip Crangy.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, old
That's
shit.
still going strong.
I'm still
That's
wearing
legit 20 years
We're
old.
gonna, we're gonna get into the watches, but like jewelry wise. Sorry, I said that like real with some anti-Semitic adobo on there. Do you have a lot of like other hardware beyond just watches?
Yeah, I mean, I have some other rings. I got one of those. It's so stupid. I got like a vintage, like double Cartier double ring,
Ooh.
which apparently, if you don't buy it in the right size, it's not. You're kind of screwed.
Oh, yeah.
So
you can't
it just
adjust it.
slides on and off my finger.
Yeah, Jenna has a Trinity one, and like
Yeah.
it is a slippery little piece of
Silver.
metal.
Yeah, and then I was trying to do the whole. I had a signet ring, and I was trying to do the little FDR cool guy wear your
Yeah, of course.
wedding ring over your signet ring. Try to Prince of Wales, King Charles now, whatever. I just looked really
Yeah.
clown,
You
So
tried it though.
I did. I try everything. I'll try
Even
it all.
Ronald McDonald said you look like a clown.
He's like, yo, the sausage muffin dude over here with the pinky ring.
Yeah, our number
Why
one
don't you-
customer.
Yeah, it'll be ready in a minute, buddy.
You're not
And,
afraid to try new things, though. You got to give credit where credit's due. We always say
Absolutely.
in this pod when we shout out Jeremy, it's usually that Jeremy is the guy that is not afraid to take risks, try a trend, and that is inspiring.
I was wearing skirts. early
You
on.
were.
That's true.
We're gonna get into it, dude. Don't worry.
we can't forget the little chapeau.
Yeah, and the watch too. Your hat.
Well, we're gonna get
Oh,
into the
the
watch.
little
Is
chap-
the piece
This
of
is the old Drake's
Mm.
hat. Back when Drake's was a little bit more affordable. Love you guys, but
Yeah.
back when it was a little bit. This watch is some Rolex Explorer. It's like a 214 or whatever. It's the new 36 millimeter.
Is that
little taper
is that the
bracelet.
only watch you traveled with, or did you bring a couple other?
I brought a vintage Seiko.
Nice for the Seiko boys. Got to represent.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those like velvet covered tubes that like?
That stuff. The funny thing is the only people that really travel with those, it's like, no, like,
Andrew Tate.
yeah, like people that like roll with like a bunch of watches
Yeah.
is like, I think that's like kind of a clown move. You're here for 3
How do
4
you
days.
bring them? Because I just like James doesn't wear a watch, and I only have one, so I just travel with it on my wrist. How do you carry the
There's
other
like
ones?
a little
sock?
just like a little watch pouch. I mean,
Oh,
there's like a
pouch.
tiny little sleeve, and you just throw it in your bag
Okay.
like that. But I'm not like, this is the roll, and
Right.
this is my Rimawa watch thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it slides.
Do you put them in?
clothes?
Do you put them in the hotel safe?
Yeah, I did do that. I mean, but I'll put whatever shit in the hotel safe
Sure.
all the time. I
Okay.
just love putting shit in a safe.
What's your
anyway.
code?
Yeah,
What are
we're
you saying?
Yeah.
Well, we already said he's at the public.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hit up. You enjoy the $200.
We don't want this man to get knockout game. He's already doing it to himself.
It's true. Yeah, just let it rain. I'll take care of myself.
And then the panties.
What are the panties?
CDLP.
Oh,
Boxer briefs?
These are the trunks.
okay.
So they're like shorter boxer briefs.
Real sexual.
Yeah, so they end like right about
Yeah.
where your dick
Dude,
is.
CDLP is getting a lot of shout outs on the pod. Maybe we should put them in the gift guide. Shit's expensive.
I already
bro.
wrote my shit.
So CDLP is very generous to me.
Okay.
So, I mean, I had them on the pod years ago, and those like Christian Andreas, dope dudes,
Mhm.
and they've just will like
They're Swedish?
Yeah.
Okay.
they'll just like I'll randomly get a box of
The
undies.
best, dude.
Yeah,
A
but
box of
I love
expensive
them very
undies.
much. Quite expensive.
Yes. Andrew wears them too. Andrew Chen was on the pod.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did shout outs.
You got to invest on the things that touch your dick, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Well, plus like
Bedding
your underwear,
and dicks.
your girlfriend.
Yeah, if you're working out and you need some nice kind of breathing area, but I don't want any performance fabric. Shit.
Right. You want a natural fiber.
I'm at the gym trying to, get a pump in, but not wearing Under Armour on my
Right.
That's how you're able to go 2 for 2 with the sex to child having.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
Organic fabrics only on the cock and balls.
That's
He's a
right.
volume shooter, dude.
That's right.
From beyond the arc.
He's a sniper, not a volume shooter.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, fit. You're sipping on some of Green Point's finest,
Yep.
right?
Water
We got the
forever.
whole fit, right?
Damn. Well, hold on. This is the Mr. Porter throwing fits glass.
Wow. Lawrence always chooses to bust that
Dude,
out whenever the guest
you only
is over.
have so many pints.
Yeah, because you come over and you drink out of all of them, and I
true.
got to throw them in the dishwasher. No one wants the Larry bug.
Or do they?
All right, Jeremy. Fit check, drink check complete. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. Blamo, how's it going?
It's sustaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's really interesting talking to a fellow podcaster because we have our own insights, but we can only make them about our own podcast, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
generally speaking, is it going up? Is it going down? Are we just on
Maintaining,
autopilot?
as you said.
I'll go full transparency. The pod, there's no, at least for me, there's no more hockey stick growth.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the pod.
You only get
every-
that once, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every season there'll be a little bump or a spike here and there, and you more
Depending
or less
on the guest, right?
Yeah, you'll basically plateau, and that's fine. In general with the pod industry, that's the same. I'm not fucking smartless, I don't have the president or Jennifer Aniston on the show talking about our barbecue.
Yeah.
Talk about doing seasons and how much time do you take off between seasons?
I don't take any time off.
How many weeks do we go without an episode? Because we look at you doing seasons and we're like, fuck.
So
yeah,
jealous.
you got to
So
get on that game.
jealous.
Well, but it just lets you be a little bit more choosy about who you have on.
Okay.
Because the thing is it just like anyone else?
Versus being like, all right, Jeremy's in town, fuck it.
Yeah, you're like, all right, we got to get an episode. Fine, Kirkland, roll up.
Yeah.
But you can be a little bit more choosy about who you have on, and then you can also, it's easier to promote when you're trying to get press or when you're trying to do, because I don't have a team, there's no crew. And the crew that I had, I couldn't afford anymore. So I was just like, my accountant was like, you spend this much, you're at a deficit. This is not, this
can't be a job.
You are losing money.
he's like, this isn't a business.
You can't
You're
afford
approaching
me anymore.
Yeah, he's like, you're approaching hobby level with this sort of thing.
You can't be a job creator anymore.
Yeah. But it definitely pops here and there. I think that the toughest thing is I try to be as kind and open to the audience at all times.
Mhm.
But
I think you're known for that. I think you're successful at doing that. That's why people love you.
well, there's conflicting opinions within the audience. Someone's like, I want more clothes. It's like, I want to talk to this tailor. And I'm like, that tailor is dead.
that guy is dead.
Get
as
the
hell,
Ouija
dude.
board.
I know.
This
and
episode's going to be 8 hours long.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, I can't do that.
A W N
See?
C.
Yeah. And then other people are
I hope
like,
they serve Johns in hell, dude.
yeah, they're like, I'm tired of clothes stuff. I want more music, or I want more comedians or actors and that.
Everybody
and,
wants everything at all once.
yeah. And so
Everything everywhere all
And you
once.
can't be everything to everyone.
yeah,
right?
so
It's
you try to
impossible.
do it, and then people are like, "Oh, that was cool. When does this happen?" And you're like, "Do you know how fucking hard
Yeah.
that was?"
Yeah.
And I'm still
People take podcasting for granted because you're just in their ear, sometimes daily, weekly, whatever. And they don't necessarily, the audience, they may support you, but they might not understand the actual work that goes into making the show.
yeah. And I mean, I'll say this: I still have the best job in the world.
Mhm.
I'm super blessed.
Same.
I'm very lucky. I'm not at war. I'm not fearing for my life. I'm the
Lord,
richest
the men you
person.
sent to defend us are making podcasts.
Yeah, I'm like the richest person in the world that I have clean water whenever I need
Right,
it.
right, right.
Have you ever had a beef with the pod?
a beef with who?
Did Blamo ever have beef with another podcast, or did you ever have beef with it as a narrative?
That's my whole personal brand, though. It's like
No
I don't
beef. You're a
start.
vegetarian.
Yeah, I don't start shit with anyone.
No pork on his
purposely,
fork.
Which is, I mean, we'll
You don't
talk
dine
about the
on
Hodinkee
swine.
shit, but that was the thing
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like when all of a sudden people are like trying to make character shots at me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still a pastor's
Well, when
kid,
we-
So
right.
like,
When we were talking about wanting to, we're like, well, should we talk about this? And then you gave us the green light. I was like, I think that people saw an opportunity for a guy who's had like an amazing track record and kept his nose clean, and we're like, oh, like they almost want to then pile on more because they're like, yes.
All right, so let's talk about this.
He's as bad as I am.
Yeah.
They're just projecting their shittiness
Right,
onto you.
exactly.
So
But I'm learning a lot.
Let's
from
talk
that.
about this. You
Yeah.
recently had some drama that happened
I did have
around
drama.
a post that Hodinkee made,
Yeah.
or it was a blog post, and then they posted an excerpt of that on Instagram. What exactly happened?
Jesus, I'm not going to be dramatic here, but it was probably one of the worst days I've ever had.
Really?
Again, hashtag blessed.
yeah, which I'm still lucky.
Right,
you know, I get it. So I participated in a thing called 4x1, or 3x1, whatever.
4x1.
Yeah,
I
4x1.
think, yeah.
So you choose watches and something else. So like choose watches of your collection and then something else that you like. And they were like, hey, you know, it was Tony Traina who had just joined Hodinkee.
Big tone.
You know, comes from a lawyer, law background, smart dude, very, you know, had rescapement, you know, knows his shit. And he's like, can we do a Zoom chat? And this is the downside is like, and I wrestle with this when I have other like journalists, people on the pod, because some people are like, you get this much of me, and other people, and like, so I will be more open to get them to be more open.
sure,
with me.
yeah.
Like,
Two-way street.
yeah, and so you know, if you want to talk about you want your dad to love you more, cool. We can go about your
We
dad.
could go there.
So whatever you want. And so, but I will say that I definitely made the mistake assuming that the exact tone that I was trying to convey was going to be captured.
Right. Which is never the case when
Never the
going
case.
from, unless you're speaking directly into a microphone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even then, people can clip shit out and lose context, and you
Yeah.
can still get butt fucked either way. But
So my big thing is I was like, look,
My name
I
is
love-
Jeremy, and on January 6th, I was in
January
DC.
6th. So we all know who won. Big Biden won. I'll just
Yeah, you just
BB won.
yeah, well, you might want to clarify. Right,
set
right.
yourself up to get clipped.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. So anyway, I do the interview with him, and
Big T.
my whole like stick is like, look, watches are dumb. All of these, they're great and it's fun to have, but like we put all of this emotion and all of this worth into things that really don't fulfill us. It's just
Right.
like with clothes.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's still okay to like. You
Men
can
would
still-
rather collect watches and go to therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, like you can still buy watches and be into it and learn about it and have fun. And, you know, and also everyone wants to find some way to connect with their kid through a non-physical,
Sure.
or through like their a non-emotional way. You know, it's like getting a guitar, get whatever
Sure.
that is. So anyway, I had gotten
Getting me a PS5, Dad.
yeah. So I had gotten a Rolex GMT Pepsi from my AD. And I was like, I told him, I was like, hey, I want to get this for my son. And he was like, I got you. Now, in full transparency, this was like my AD for like 8-9 years.
Authorized
you know?
dealer.
Yeah, my authorized dealer. So like, it's not hard. This is not a flex, but like, if you've been buying from a watch guy from like before things were popping, you can get watches. And also, if you're truthful and you say things that you don't need, like he was like, yo, and he's like, do you want a Daytona? I can get you a Daytona. And I was like, I can't afford it. I don't have the money. He's like, hey, appreciate you not trying to go and flip it on me.
Right.
Whenever you're ready, like tell me what you need. And it's like, cool. Like, again, all I have is my reputation. That's all I'll ever have.
Bars.
I'm trying to do it. So
My
I'm
word of my balls.
yeah. So he's like, I got you with the GMT. You'll have it by the time your son's born. And I'm like, great. So I got it. I was like, I'm going to wait till he's born. And of course, it is stupid. I want to be clear. It's dumb. It doesn't really matter. My wife thinks it's hilarious and dumb. She
Did you-
like, you know.
Just to clarify the timeline, did you not have sex to have your son until the Pepsi GMT was secured?
Yeah. Well, when you're married, you know,
My AD is on his cycle. We got to go. honey.
Yeah. So, yeah. And that's,
Honey, good news.
and like nobody will have more fun at poking fun of themselves than me. So
course.
I'm in the whole time. I'm like, yeah, but this is dumb. Like,
Right.
you know,
Sure.
the watches that I show, I was like, it's this Mickey Mouse watch. It's this Seiko, you know, and like, you know, it's a Casio. Like nothing. Was,
Right.
and I'm like, and then here's this.
You're not one of these like notorious, well-known flexers in the watch
no.
community. Right?
I mean, I have some heat, but
Right.
like this is not like, you know, Rollie on my
You're not
wrist.
John Mayer, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So the joke that I was saying, I was like, oh yeah, and by the way, and this was like in passing, I was like, so I was playing video games like any clown, and my wife texts me and she's like, yo, my water broke.
Oh,
and
shit.
here's the thing, if you have a kid, when your wife's water breaks, in most cases, labor could be 24 hours.
Yeah.
Labor could be 12 hours. I mean, it's a while. So you kind of take your time. I remember when Elizabeth's water broke the first time, she doesn't care if I tell the story. Like, we went to Green Grape, we got a bunch of sandwiches,
Yeah.
you know, we took our time. She went with our
Luxuriated
doula.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
she went with our doula
It's a
because
$20 sandwich.
yeah, exactly, dude.
I would have left a mean comment if I'd known about all the green grape sandwiches.
yeah, the downside is I fucking left them on the subway. I was in
no.
a state of like trance. This
Might
is
as well
my first
burn your
kid.
money.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, my General Green. You know,
That's at least like 3 GMTs. Yeah. Green grape bread.
so you
No
know,
pun
she
intended.
and also in New York, in most cases, the hospital won't admit you unless your OBGYN calls ahead and is like, yo, you got to admit this person.
Makes a
so you
res-
gotta,
makes a
so you
res
gotta
for you.
see them first. But people,
Like real gatekeepers.
yeah, like people who have never had a kid or whatever don't understand.
Sure.
They're like used to, you know, a Steve Martin movie. It's like, she's in labor.
Right.
hit
Or your
the
water
gas.
breaks and then suddenly it's like, you know,
Yeah, and like the baby
climax
rockets
of a
out
film.
through. Yeah, you know. So all this bullshit is going on. And so I was like, so we're leaving and we're pulling out. And my wife's like, oh, by the way, go get Pirates booty. Like, I want some
Ooh,
snacks.
yeah.
Which fuck yeah.
And we
I mean,
can't
all-
afford green grape anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We're in the Midwest. And I'm like, oh shit. Also, I forgot Russ's watch. I want to go get it for him so I can have it on when he's born.
And
So
you like
Elizabeth-
have it in like the pic where like you're holding the kid, or just so that it's there on like day one.
I just wanted to have it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And even he's not going to give a shit anyway. I mean, he's going to be spending Elon Musk bucks in Trump world or whatever
Yeah.
the hell it's
You're in the
bullshit.
metaverse?
Yeah, I mean, and that's totally fine. But
Right.
it was like this was sure it was for me because I would
It was.
Yeah, I want to be
And you can acknowledge that.
yeah,
It's
and I
fine.
have no problem doing that. And so so I was telling him the story and I'm like, yeah, it's so dumb. I was like, so as we're leaving, I go in to get my watch and other stuff, which I don't know if it's purposeful or not, but
No,
it got
not
left out.
purposeful, but sure.
And then, I get back in the car and she's like, oh my God, did you get your watch? And she's laughing about
Right,
it. And I'm
right.
like, yeah, all right. So we drive, we have the baby, everything's fine. Right. And so
And it's not like she's like you said this. It's not like she's giving like she's crowning in the
the
fucking
car,
Mazda.
yeah.
no, not at all. And that's
That's a different type of crown on the Rolex,
Yeah,
dude.
and
she's clowning you, not crowning you.
And I was just like, nobody loves my wife more than me. Like, let's get that very clear.
Mhm.
So anyway, so Hodinkee runs with a quote on the Instagram, which a lot of people, you don't even go to a site anymore. You interact with your brands on IG,
Absolutely.
whatever. And it was like, the moment passed when, my wife's labor had broke and we had gotten in the car and we'd pulled out and I said, wait, and went back inside to get, and I got the
presented
watch
in a very serious tone.
in a very serious
Very dramatic.
tone.
Yeah.
Totally out of context. And it's a picture of me looking like Mr. Magoo, And so I'm like, Jesus.
cheesing with
And
the
so I
GMT.
see it and I read it and I'm like, that's kind of funny. And I'm like, I think this is probably going to backfire. Whatever. I don't care.
You immediately thought that.
It's just, yeah. I was like, I look at it, I was like, that's not really the
shit.
best thing. Whatever.
When did it start? When did it hit
it was
you that
a
it was
Sunday
backfiring?
afternoon.
Oh no.
And so I was with my kids and my wife and my brothers, and we were hanging out. And I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm on Hodinkee." I shared it,
Mhm.
full disclosure, climber from Hodinkee, and I go way
Yeah,
back. I've
shout
known
back.
that crew for a while, and so that goes, and then I see a comment, and it's like, what an idiot, and I'm like,
Fuck
oh,
this guy.
that's not nice. And
That's mean.
then I see another one that's like, what a this C word, what a F in this, what a,
You can say cunt on the show.
yeah, they're like, what a cunt, what a fucking piece of shit, what a clown, what a loser, and they're like, this guy needs to get his priorities straight. And then I start to get DMs, and it's like, shame on you,
Ooh.
you just, it was like
You're
smart guy
despicable.
takedowns, like,
Are-
yeah, shame on you.
Oh my God,
you
dude.
pathetic excuse.
Are
for a
these
human
watch guys
being.
just jealous that you had sex? Like,
Yeah.
And that was so like I'm like whoa, and so then I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, it'll blow over.
Yeah.
I've gotten hate before.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Jesus.
it's a Jake Davis test shot all
Yeah.
over again. Let's go.
It's the comments on Jake Davis's blog spot all over again.
yeah, I'm like,
Tight pad.
it's fine. This isn't a big deal.
Did Hodinkee reach out? They're like, hey,
bigger
something
no,
is.
they didn't
okay.
reach out. So
Something's in
I'm
the water
looking,
here.
and again, it got posted on a Sunday. So then I messaged the writer, and I'm like, yo, things are a little gnarly right now. And he was like, yeah, man, sorry, someone from our social team pulled that quote. My bad. And I'm just like, you're bad. And and in my head, I'm like kind of starting to stew because I'm like, all right, like I'm kind of getting hazed right now. Like this isn't great. It's not people I know. It's,
Sure.
you know, and then I had a few friends who were like, yo, you're getting torn up. Like
Really?
you might want to step in.
Was
or
it
say
like
something.
all happening in the comments, or was it happening like on other blogs?
It was happening
and
in the
forums?
comments on IG.
Okay.
And then in the article, it was nowhere near as bad, but like nowhere near as bad of the worst ever is still pretty fucking bad.
Sure.
So
Yeah, this is the internet we're talking about.
so I'm reading this stuff, and I mean, then I'm getting DMs of like really mean shit of like, I'm gonna come over there, like beat you up. And then there's like, yeah, which is hilarious, which is like,
Pull
then
up.
there's- Yeah, I'm like, yo, I've been hitting the gym, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's go. So
Try me.
yeah. So
I'm
then-
fast. I'll run away.
And then there's jokes where people are like, oh, jokes on him. The watch was, or the baby was his AD's. And now they're clapping at my son and my wife. And it's
Ooh.
like, come at me all day. I don't
Yeah.
care. I can take it. Leave, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Right.
Damn.
So then they're messaging, they find her because she's tagged in some
Right, of
pictures,
course.
which also purposely over the years, Elizabeth's like, yo, I don't really want any of your
Mhm.
fucking nerdy menswear dudes following me.
Mhm.
You know, like stay out of my shit. And so I try not to post too many pictures of her. Love my wife, but she's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, this is her
that
request,
heat.
but yeah.
So there's a photo of her in there. They find her. They're like DMing her, or
Yikes.
they're, you know,
What the fuck? Is
then-
it, and how many people? Like, is it a few like bad apples, or is it like truly a wave of?
Is it-
it was
or
a wave.
hate?
This became the most popular, the highest engaged post on the Hodinkee Instagram feed, by
Which
a
is
long
which is
shot,
popping. Like
which
they
is
get,
like 900,000 people.
So you get more engagement than John Mayer.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's like 16, 17,000.
some people call Jeremy the John Mayer of getting shit on.
I salute. Here we are.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is
Your
getting
body's
pretty
a
bad.
wasteland.
So then other buddies that, you know, then finally my buddy at Hodinkee, who's not involved with this, is like, yo, this is not good. Like, you know, you should reach out to this person. We're going to get this fixed. So I reach out to their main editorial director who I met recently. And he's like, yo, man, they did it crazy, you know, and this is now a day late.
This is Monday.
Yeah, this is Monday. I'm at the gym, and he's like, "Hey, sorry you got hazed. You know, watch, folks. You know, who knew? LOL." And a part of me is like, "You knew,
Yeah.
you knew. This is your fucking job.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys are the arbiters of the culture.
yeah." And so, I always, let me be very clear. I always assume positive intent. I don't think, because people are like, yo, they did you dirty. That's a hit piece. I'm like,
Oh, no.
yeah, like I'm a threat to
Yeah.
a fucking multi-billion dollar
Right, right.
company. No, I'm not.
I don't think Hodinkee
No.
intentionally did anything.
No.
Or
And also,
certainly
this
not
is
with
just
malice.
one. This
It's-
is 1/5 of the bigger article. They just picked
This was the juiciest. This was the juiciest
juiciest
fifth.
excerpt.
It was
Yes.
the juiciest fifth. It was the thigh of the chicken
Yeah.
that was
And
your article.
dark meat.
completely out of context.
like the
Again,
watch guy's
so
souls.
Wait,
it's-
are watch guys normally this brutal though? Like, did you kind of like?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, Hodinkee already has a history of commenters just being unhappy. Ever since, I mean, the truth is, and this is no shots to anyone, but ever since Ben became not a peer, he became like a juggernaut in the industry.
Yeah.
And became the person who has all the heat, who's friends with all the brands, who's got all the amazing vintage stuff. Like anyone else, they're like, hey, we were buddies. You know,
Yeah,
I used to message you on Time Zone, and now you're a millionaire and
And
you
you're
have
a big shot.
Porsches and you're,
Right,
you
right.
know, and so
And you're playing
everyone,
golf.
yeah. So anytime
You
there
took up
was a
golf.
Hodinkee piece in the past, someone would whine about something,
Sure.
right? So someone would whine about it, and it's getting pretty gnarly. And so the editorial director's like, yo, do you want me to delete it? He's like, we'll delete the article, we'll delete the post, whatever. You know, he's like, whatever we can do, we're here for you. And I'm like, a part of me, again, me still being an idiot. And I'm like, fuck no, leave it up,
Yeah.
man. Like,
You wanna
we're
dig your
good. I
feet
can
in.
handle it.
Yeah.
And also I was like, if you were going to delete it, you should have deleted it the second you
Yeah.
put it out, not
A day late
Because
seems
now
like
it's,
a big
now it's going to
defeat.
look
Yeah.
bad.
Right.
So then I come home and my wife's like pretty teared up, and she had read everything.
Oh no.
And she was
Never.
like, she's like, this is so fucked up. She's like,
Elizabeth, close your eyes.
yeah, she was like, this is classic, toxic masculinity, because
Yep.
all these people think that they're running to defend my honor. I
Right.
defend your honor,
or your
Jan.
kid's honor.
Yeah.
Or her what? Yeah.
But
or her
the truth
honor.
is,
yeah.
is all they were doing was making it worse
Piling on.
and harassing me, which is the person that she loves the most.
Mhm.
So she's pretty torn up. And when I saw how much it was affecting her, I immediately texted him. I was like, yo, delete it. Like,
Mhm.
get it off. Get this shit over. And
Scrub this shit.
yeah. And then I
Burn it.
messaged
Nuke
the writer, and I was like, yo, I was in the middle of negotiation, which is another thing, and they messaged me.
Whoa.
So this was like a client that I was about to do a partnership with, and they're like, "Yo,
People hate you apparently.
They were like, "Is everything okay over there? We saw some pretty wild stuff on Hodinkee," and I'm like, "Okay, now you're coming for my money. Like now, like you're coming for how I'm
don't fuck with the man's wallet.
yeah, how I'm trying to provide for my family." And I'm like, "Okay." And
You're taking rollies off my son's wrist.
yeah, so then, exactly. So then, I message him and I'm like, look, this is starting to call me material harm, and I had a lawyer message me too, who was like, just so you know, you should sue. And I'm like, I'm not suing anyone, you clown, and so he was like, so I'm like, all this stuff's really messing with me. I'm like, you guys, this was your fault. You should post an apology.
Yeah.
So he posts a thing on his
Like a statement,
his
right?
thing, being like, yo, this was something we were trying to champion. We got this wrong.
The writer post this or
The
Hodinkee
writer
post?
posted.
Okay.
He was like, this is something we were trying to champion. We got this wrong.
Didn't Hodinkee put out a statement as well?
We don't stand. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
they're like,
sorry.
we don't stand for harassment of any kind. Like this is, so because it's like people are just pissed, and I became the lightning rod.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, does the Watch World like want drama? Like, was the drama of the day, right?
Yes.
And so like
You were the main character on the watch
and
timeline.
the Watch
Yeah.
World has to be a relatively like uneventful place for the most part. So when something of like WWE type shit pops off, like everyone
Yes.
just flocks to it. It seems
yeah, and they're all
Get your popcorn.
in most cases
Yeah.
they're historically white, rich men.
Right.
Like
Mm.
it's the
Ugh.
truth.
Mhm.
And they're guys.
Ugh.
The
Yeah,
worst.
and I'll tell you what one of the comments I got in a second. So like then so
the biggest banger.
I'm thinking it's gonna die down. They delete it.
Did you clap back at all to any commenters?
Nope.
Smart, dude.
I got ready to a few times, and then I was like, no. Like
You win nothing.
and
You gain
it
zero.
wasn't gonna do
but
any.
it's so
I
tempting.
just deleted and blocked. I
the
did
ultimate test.
count the amount of people I deleted and blocked for harassment, and it was 62.
Did you-
Roger Maris over here?
Did you
Like,
gain any
the judge, jury, and executioner, dude.
All rise. Did you get any followers?
I did. I got a ton of followers. And
Oh,
actually, the
fire.
funny thing is-
So everyone-
yeah, I did. I
Net
got
positive.
like 200 or 300 followers, and a bunch of people.
Big gas.
Yeah,
dude.
a bunch of
honestly,
people-
worth it.
Yeah. A bunch of people
Sorry, honey.
were messaging me and being
clouded.
like, and people were trying to defend me in there and be like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Even like the people on the Blamo Slack are all in there like being like, this is funny.
Jeremy Defense Squad.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
yeah. Mark Cho's in there and he's like, this is funny. People totally got out of context. And Mark called it really well because he was like, look, he's like, I've known Jeremy for a long time. He's like, he was telling this story in joke, probably exaggerating to make it more funny.
Everyone
you know?
These motherfuckers better watch out. Mark Show can have you murdered, bro. You better
Watch
chill.
out. So all this shit keeps going on. They delete the post. The writer, they delete the IG post.
Yeah.
The writer posts a statement. Then I message the editorial guy. He closes the comments, posts a thing at the top, and was like, "We don't tolerate this stuff."
Oh, yeah, we saw
were
that on
supposed.
Hodinkee site,
We were
yeah.
supposed to do it this way. It's I got a harassment where someone's like, "I'm gonna murder you,"
Jesus
which was
Christ.
like, yeah, it's like I'm gonna come, and some of the stuff was like mad effed up, or I don't even
Right.
want to give them the credit, but it was like, I'm gonna mess with you while make your wife do, and I was just
What
like,
the-
yeah, crazy stuff,
Damn, dude.
crazy stuff.
I think your watch is a little too tight, bro. You need
Yeah.
some circulation to
I
your
know,
brain.
and I
You're
was just
bugging.
like,
You're bugging, B.
because it's like, yeah, I mean, make fun of my clothes, make fun
Right.
of how I wear, make fun of any of that stuff. I'm just like,
We've
get
all
out of
been
my
there, yeah.
So,
Did that guy have a good watch?
I
guy
don't
that
know.
Were they like,
Your
were
wife?
these like people, like these
These are
people use
all
burner?
private accounts.
Yeah, burners.
Then
and
I'm
yeah,
getting
of course.
memed by the watch community, and this was the
no.
cool part.
Were they
Like,
funny?
Thank God, where it's like again, all you have is your reputation. There's a bunch of folks from the Worn and Wound dudes, other Hodinkee people, other friends in the watch industry people who are now like, I didn't realize this, silently like messaging the watch meme accounts, be like, take this down. Kirkland's
shit.
legit.
Oh, fuck
like,
yeah.
get your shit together. Fuck off. Like this dude's, like all these people messaging me.
Sleeper cells awaken.
Yeah, I mean, which was great.
The actual industry, what actually matters, had your back.
Yes, like
Swag.
the real people, like big folk, like my boy at AP, all these other folks.
Ooh.
Yeah, Alex, Alex.
The one time the Swiss were not neutral.
Going to war.
Yeah, I got like the Meal family on my side, like laughing about it, messaging other
Yeah.
folks. And I'm like, okay, thank God I've never, burned these bridges and tried
Sure.
to be a good guy.
Got the
And so-
Swiss
Try and
meltdown.
succeed.
Yeah, so that comes in, and then I'm like, we're good. It's over. They post the thing. It's gonna stop. And maybe 2 days of silence.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I'm in Toronto doing this thing for the Monroe crew, hanging out. And I was silent on my IG, and I post, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna start posting a little fit pic here and there. And then I get this thing and it's like, yo, did you make your wife wait while she was in labor to put on your, like, it was like the worst clapback joke,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just
How long have you been working on that one, dude?
So I'm like, what? And I look at this guy's account and I'm like, okay, this dude's kind of a big guy. And
Like physically or like in the industry?
in the industry, turns out he is the VP of hospitality for the Four Seasons
Woo.
in Europe.
Oh, shit.
Wait, all
And
of Europe?
In Europe and the Middle East.
He runs the White Lotus?
Yeah. And I'm like, and so I was like, I clapped at him.
Fuck
I was
this
just
guy.
like, bro, I was like, who are you? I'm like, I don't know who you are. I was like, but you work in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
I'm like, you work at, you represent some of the most famous hotels on earth. What are you doing in my timeline?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know you. I don't give a shit about you.
Mm.
Get out of here, bro. And he was like, whoa. He's like, sorry, I was talking to my good friend blank blank about you, who I knew. And I was like, no, that dude's not your friend. I was like, if he was, I was like, he wouldn't condone this behavior. I was
Right,
like,
right.
That person's a gentleman. He's like, he doesn't know who you are.
Fire.
And so this guy's like, oh, chill. You need to learn how to take a joke. And I was like, nope. I was like, you have no idea the shit I was
Damn.
going through. And so now I'm like kind of starting to unload on this guy. I look him up on LinkedIn and I was like, oh shit, you don't work at the Four Seasons anymore. And I was like, time to change your thing to the No Seasons. I was
got
like,
his ass.
I was like, I'm going
4
full
looks like
throttle.
0 seasons by my math.
Yeah. And then,
So we don't have to boycott Four Seasons.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what you're
no.
saying.
Okay, all right.
And
good,
then-
'cause, we say that all the time.
Damn, dude.
So then a day goes by, and then I see, like you look at your phone, you see them like typing. So it's like the little
Yeah,
text
yeah.
bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Text
Bubbles.
bubble's coming up, it's going
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Coming up, going away. And he posts this long apology. And he was
Oh,
like, you know
yeah.
what? I'm really sorry.
Mhm.
I wasn't thinking. And a part of me's like, no shit, you weren't thinking.
Yeah.
You were like, how can I fuck with this dude
Yeah.
who you don't know? By the way, all your photos are you on like private jets and helicopters. Like I'm driving a Mazda, getting made
Yeah.
fun of from my open walks, bro.
It's not like he owns them. He's
Yeah.
just fucking.
yeah, exactly.
He's bringing it to Travis Scott.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
You got to kill these motherfuckers with kindness, honestly.
And
I don't
that's-
think they don't treat, if they listen to you again, every daily, weekly, whatever, they don't see you as like it's almost like they see you as a real person, but too real where they're like, you're my friend. It's like, yo, you don't really know me, dude, but
Yeah.
I am a real person. And it's like, yo,
well,
show
that
some
was
respect.
that was the thing because like the Worn and Wound dudes,
Please.
all these other watch people are like, Kirkland's this upstanding dude. Like,
Yeah.
don't like what like don't come after him. Like make fun of Hodinkee all you want. They're multi-billion
They're a company.
brand.
Corporations
They're
are not
fine.
people, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Damn. Call this motherfucker the Pope the way he's got
so
the Swiss card on speed
It
dial.
calmed down a ton until the other day
Oh, no, what happened?
when this is literally like a few days before I got here. Forgot about this website called Reddit.
Oh, no.
And then
The worst website.
Yeah. So
No.
I had put my phone on, I had put my IG on restricted mode, which is like, I didn't realize you could do. It's basically like if you get an influx of new followers, you
Yeah.
can restrict their access.
Yes. Mm.
So they can't comment, they can't do anything. Like they can follow you, but that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
And so I had it on there and it was on there for 2 weeks. And I eventually am like, they're like, hey, it's been 2 weeks. You seem good. We can turn it off. And everything's fine. And I pick up my phone and there's all these new followers. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, whatever, I didn't do anything. That's neat. And then one guy messaged me and he's like, yo, are you aware your douchey ass comment, blah, blah, you're getting clowned on Reddit, like you piece of shit. And I was like, I was getting ready to respond and just go guns blazing. I'm like, whatever, delete, block. And
Was it a watches Reddit or was it?
it was a watches Reddit.
Oh man,
Yeah, and
our
like-
watches must be the worst place on the fucking
Or-
internet.
It's
our
pretty gnarly.
Midwest gay dads.
So so I found the meme thing and I went and looked at it. I'm like, this is honestly like,
So someone just memed you and put you on like the
and it
watch
wasn't
subreddit.
even me. It was
Oh.
just a meme of the situation with some other person on it.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Oh.
no one's fucking fine. Yeah, connect the dots or whatever. All you
Sure.
want. Like, I don't. And I was just like, bro, like you have no idea how high I can fly. Like
Yeah.
this is so dumb.
Damn, bro.
And so I was just like, I'm done with it.
So did it keep going?
No, I
Okay,
mean,
so it's
there
over.
was a bunch of activity on there. A few people were like, yo, I remember this thing. This isn't that big of a deal like anymore. Like even like that's when like there's other shit to
When
get mad
Reddit
about.
commenters are being the voice of reason.
Yeah, when Reddit commenters are being the voice of reason and when they're like bored with you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like,
Did it-
yo, this was so like 2 months ago.
Did it
Yeah.
fuck up your money at all?
It did mess with an event, and it cooled it down, and they chose to reevaluate for 2023.
Damn,
You
bro.
should fucking invoice Hodinkee for whatever the
I know.
opportunity cost was.
Well, and the funny thing is, they did apologize. They were like, "We're so sorry," and they did all the stuff. They were like, "Look, tell us what you need to help make it right."
Right.
And my lesson learned is like in the future, I can't assume that everyone knows me the way they know me.
Right.
Right. Totally.
I can't assume that I'm like, oh, you're in on all the jokes that I've made for the past 6 or 7 years. You're in on whatever, me wearing Rick Owens, whatever that is. Right. Like I was just a nobody, stray bullet, and became the target.
Luckily,
Yeah, right.
there was another little kerfuffle in the watch universe just a few days later, it feels like, or a few weeks later. What do you think of the Dave Portnoy watch brand Brick Watch Co?
Oh my God, such a shit show.
And this feels like another instance where it's like the watch world is like typically a placid, calm place.
Yep.
But when somebody fucking hurls a stone, all the fish come to the fucking surface.
And the truth is, like any rich person, people love being rich, but nobody wants someone to be more rich than they are.
Oh.
And so the way that the watch world
Facts.
is exactly like that. They're like, you can be as rich as you want, but you better not be richer than me.
Right.
You know? And so,
I mean, part of that is like, look, you can literally look at
Yes.
how much money I'm putting on my wrist,
Yeah,
right?
that's part
Conspicuously.
of the appeal, right? Yeah.
So what do you think of the watches themselves? Let's just start with that.
Like aesthetically
Of the actual brick watches.
and the movements.
So yeah, and the funny thing is, the most people that buy watches rarely, if ever, buy for the movements.
Right,
I would say 95% of people buy watches. You buy it because it is a status symbol. You buy it, you
buy the
maybe,
brands.
Yeah, maybe you love it and you do care about the movements, but those are things that you say to justify yourself so you can own the watch.
Sure.
You're like, no, but I do care.
It's not a purchase, it's a movement.
Yeah, I don't know what caliber this is.
Yeah,
like, I like it.
So it's just lies that these guys tell themselves.
Absolutely. Just you can
And girls,
justify.
too.
It's the same reason
Shout out our dime
why the
pieces.
straight dads are buying the Raptors, right? They're like, oh, it's
Exactly.
got a fucking 500 horses.
Yeah, they don't know what the horse is on that. They're like, it's got CarPlay and it's black. You know, like
Big truck.
yeah. So
Makes my dick bigger.
I'm trying to remember. The funny thing is, like, that is probably, it's got to go down in history as one of the worst brand launches of all time.
Yeah, seemingly.
You could tell that Portnoy wrote all that copy himself, but it was dictated it. Because if you read the about page on the thing, you're like, this was literally someone like, he sent a voice memo of what he wants it to be. Because he tells this story. This is on the front page, the about page of Brick Watches. Like, he basically was like, the fact that he started the company as like a vengeance move, like he went full Elon Musk on like,
it's like, fuck Rolex.
on Shinola of all companies.
Was that the brand was that the anonymous brand that turned him down from being an ambassador?
Rumor has it.
Shinola.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What, was John Moy not available?
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, and I don't know like where Shinola, what their standing is in the watch game right now, but from what I remember, it seems like that Portnoy and Shinola deserve each other, bro.
Well, but Shinola
Both are assembled in the U.S.
Yeah. Shinola's big thing is they're like, Shinola watches are fine.
Yeah.
They're fine watches. And the people that buy the watches buy them because they like the watches.
Right.
That's it. Story over.
Yeah.
And so they're
Detroit
like,
versus
they're like,
everybody.
they're like, we don't need to prove any shit to you. We make
totally.
good watches, the end. And I mean, Zodiac, same brand, like they're cool watches. All that stuff's fine. And people will try to clown on them for whatever thing that they want to do. So he launches his watch company. I read the about page.
Always earned.
Yeah, always earned is also one of the worst tags ever. He admits the fact
Always
that
burned.
like, one, he was denied
Spurned.
access to something.
Yeah.
So he started this out of like vengeance.
He calls himself famously a big grudge guy.
Yeah.
Like he's powered by grudges.
Yeah, he flaunts his wealth, which which everyone wants to do, but he does it in a way. I mean, this is also
Shamelessly.
2 days before this, a New York Times article about his gambling stuff came where they just ethered him in the headline.
The TF group chat is on Portnoy Watch every day, dude. That's our old boss. You know,
And so it's like,
we're always all over it.
I don't actually feel sorry for him because he is responsible for his own actions, but like the dude's fine. What is the point to even engage or clap back at Derek Guy? Like it did nothing but, and I'm a Derek stan. I love Derek.
Derek was going hard, bro.
Well, and also like it's hard to go after someone who is as intelligent as
Derek
Derek.
needs some more hobbies, bro. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, because he was, and the whole internet found out what the watch was worth,
Do you
Found out
think
where
that
the
they actually
movements-
are like it's like a white label operation where it's
Yes.
like they're made for $40 and he's selling them for
Yes.
2,400?
Yeah, but also I thought it was messed up because he talked about how he's investing all of his own money.
Yeah.
There's no history or proof ever that Portnoy's gone all in on one singular brand with all of his own money.
Interesting.
He's so wealthy now.
Yeah.
He's got enough people that he's like Brad Pitt greenlighting a movie.
Right,
He's just
right.
like, yo, I'll be involved.
I'll
in
accept
this.
the Oscar,
Yeah,
but like,
I'll front,
Mhm.
10
The face.
grand or whatever. So somebody swindled that dude hard because the design is trash.
Right.
It doesn't look good. It's not, there's
or
no.
swindled him and a pool of investors.
Yeah. There's no genius move of like, it doesn't look good.
Right.
All watch companies are more or less marketing. Cause like when the people that were taking shots, they were like, oh, this movement is only worth $42. Like that doesn't fucking matter anyway.
Right, yeah.
Because
That's besides the point.
Yeah. Omega Speedmaster, the 861 movement, at one point it had the amortization of it.
Yeah.
So the cost of it over time was $72.
Right.
And that watch was being sold for like $6,500.
Yeah.
So it's like, but Omega spends all this money telling you we're fucking great. We sponsor the
We're the
Olympics.
watch of
We do
James
this.
Bond.
We're the watch of James Bond.
Yeah.
We do all these things. Rolex does all that other
Yeah,
stuff. I mean, like Hans Wildorf, this is no like knowledge bomb here. It's like his whole thing is like, we have to be a marketing first company.
Yeah.
So the watch is mad ugly. There's no value to it. And he's not speaking about it to make you want it as a status symbol. So it's
He's playing
basically
defense
like,
for the first time that I've ever seen.
Well, what about the fact that it's made for the common man, but it costs $2,400?
that's so the watch that's made for the common man is called a Timex, and they're fantastic. And the common man, and Timex doesn't need to say, "Hey, we're for the common man."
Right.
Coca-Cola is the common man. They don't have to
Right.
do that. And plus, every company wants to say that they're for everyone anyway.
Yeah.
So it was just like I don't know. He just like must have white knuckled that whole thing because
Seemingly,
being
still.
being in the Midwest and amongst like in the Stoolies heartland, have you seen anyone wearing a brick watch?
no, because the funny thing is, even because I was like, okay, I'm going to start researching this more. And I go on like Reddit, I'm looking at all these places. Even his own crew was like, this watch isn't it.
Yeah.
Because also,
Too expensive.
yeah, he spent his whole career talking about Lux, all this stuff. Is the guy drive a Camry? No.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't all of a sudden be for the everyman.
Right.
You know what? I mean, you guys have seen Tommy Boy, right?
Of course.
He's like, I make carts for the American car guy because that's who I care about. It's like such a shtick.
Right,
He's
right.
trying to go all Dan Aykroyd on these guys.
When
And it's
he-
just not true.
When he sicked the Stoolies, or when he like added dye workwear singularly on his like big response, like were you talking to Derek at that time? Like how did he take it?
Derek thought it was funny because also
Was he shook at all that he was going to get like
No.
the Stoolies sicked on him?
He got what
he's
he got was
invincible.
10,000 Twitter followers. Dude.
he's first off, he's invincible. He has zero persona like anywhere else. So what you're gonna find a photo of him
Yeah.
to make fun of him? Like,
Yeah.
no one knows what his real name is. I literally
sorry.
do a show with him.
Well,
And-
no, Derek Guy is not his name.
Yeah, Derek Guy's not his real
Okay.
name. I do a show with him, and he
You ever seen
doesn't go on camera.
Mm.
He records
Is he
locally.
mad ugly? Like what's going on?
No, he values his privacy,
Oh,
and
all right.
like, fine, mad respect.
Yeah.
But also because of that,
He has
you
nothing to
can't-
lose. What you're saying?
you can't- you
He's the
just can't go
Joker.
after him.
He's the menswear
And-
Joker, dude.
He's he also, when he's gotten stuff wrong, he'll be like, yeah, I didn't get that
Mm.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How has the watch world at large taken to the whole brick watch co? Like what
It's a
did you guys like
laughingstock.
okay, so was like was like snobbishly turning your noses up, or was it just like fuck this guy for like trying to peddle something inauthentic in all aspects of the business?
It's peddling for all inauthentic aspects of the business. Because I don't think anyone's like, F this dude, he's horrible. Like the watch dude is too
Well, that
rich.
goes without saying.
Yeah, the watch people, they don't care. Like, and also
They're probably equally horrible.
yeah,
For generations.
privately.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on their own weird Reddit group or their
Yeah.
Porsche carbon fiber meetup.
they're on Truth Social, I think.
Yeah, true.
The Porsche carbon fiber sex trafficking ring that
Yeah.
that they hang out with on the weekend.
But I mean, it's a bad
Denda.
watch. And this is the thing is like, if you're going to sell stuff on image and be like, this is like always earn, make your site better, make your copy better,
Yeah.
make your images better, make your lifestyle
Make
better.
your watch
He
better.
shows-
Make your price point better
Yeah,
to reflect it.
Yeah, he shows, because even then, there's brands that are around that price that are way better. There's a brand called Manta
Mhm.
out of St. Louis. All love to them.
How much is a Tudor?
Tudor is
It's a little bit more than that.
$37.50.
Okay, but still.
But a Tudor is
But that's like the same tier.
Yeah, right?
Few
Well,
thousand.
I guess
no,
a watch-
a price. A
Oh,
price.
price.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's the same tier. And also the hardest market to compete with in watches is 3,000 to 5,000.
No man's land.
Yeah, it is. It's mad hard
Do you think
because it's
by pricing at
accessible to everyone
2,400,
to
he was trying to undercut the 3 to 5 tier.
What he did is he downloaded the Deloitte and Touche, whatever, the Deloitte white paper of watches that they publish every year.
Well, he didn't do it.
Tried to find the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And it's
Some
like, this is
wacky
where
did.
we should price it, $2,400. And if we have a margin of this, it's because like, anyone ever heard of eyewear? Glasses are $40 and they sell them $500 or $600. The margin isn't bad. It's just the fact that you can't lean on the brand and then not invest anything in the brand to make it worthwhile.
Well, you said white knuckling. That's like the exact term. Like watching him do that it's like kind of sad. Well, I guess no one feels sorry for this guy, but it's crazy to see that it took like this guy that people have tried to cancel him. There's been exposés and I'm not here to debate his behavior, but it's crazy that this is the thing. Not that it's going to bring him down. He has $100 million, will be fine, but it's crazy to see the public L came from the watch community.
Oh yeah.
It's wild.
They're ruthless.
Yeah.
They're ruthless. They will come after you and they're smart. Cause guess what? These super
you
rich
fucked
dudes
with the wrong nerds.
Yeah, these super rich dudes have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
They're sitting at their desk. The trades are done for the day. And they're like, my bonus doesn't hit till February. I'm just going to razz on this guy.
Who watches the watch guys?
Yeah, it's like, all these MBAs are coming after you from Wharton. Like, good luck.
All right, well, if Brick Watch Co., the 2400 wasn't your watch of the year, pretty obviously. What was your watch of the year?
Watch of the year?
Wrapping up 22, heading to 23.
Yeah. Do you want to know what GQ awarded their watch of the year in the GQ Fashion Awards?
Whoever paid them the most.
Swatch Omega.
Oh, that's a fun watch.
It's pronounced Omega.
Yeah.
If you're for our Brits.
Yeah, that's a fun watch. I don't know what the watch of the year would be. I mean,
What about your personal?
speaking,
Your
yeah.
personal.
Oh, my personal. Basically everything Grand Seiko does.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it sounds
You truly
people
are a
gonna
Seiko
laugh.
boy.
Yeah.
You will not say no to a Seiko.
No, to be honest, the best manufacturing is in Japan for 99.9%.
You know why? Because they take their shoes off before entering the home.
Yeah. No shoes on the
Perhaps.
factory
No
floor.
dirt in the fucking gears and shit.
And like you can get a sick as fuck Grand Seiko for $4,000. That's used to air quote. And they're phenomenal. The movement's incredible. The thing is, for most people, Grand Seiko doesn't spend as much money as Rolex and all these other companies do. They want more status. On it. I get it. But like when someone says like, what's the best watch for the money? And what is also a sick watch? Grand Seiko.
Okay.
But I'm sitting here wearing a Rolex
because marketing works, dude.
marketing works. Yeah.
Do you have a Grail watch, like a personal one, like that you're just forever pining after?
So I had a Patek Philippe Reference 96, which for me was a Grail watch. It was in steel. This is like a 33 millimeters, a tiny little watch. It was from like the 40s, which like steel Pateks from the 40s are worth a ton more because steel was rationed for the war effort.
To fight the Seiko making Japanese.
Yeah. And that was my Grail.
The Watch War 3, dude.
Yeah, that was my Grail. And I moved it so we could like put the down payment on our house.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
had the Grail and you flipped
Yeah,
the
and
Grail.
so now like I would like to get that back. I still would love to get like a beautiful little
The one that got
Timex,
away.
or not Timex, Patek Calatrava. But like, I don't know. I mean, in a weird way, like I have everything, but at the same time, I've had all the clothes I've ever needed forever.
Sure.
It's just like you still want more. I would love to get a Daytona. Like
Ooh.
that's the thing is I know I can get one. I can get it for retail.
Yeah.
But I'm in no position right now financially with 2 kids
right.
to fork out
Justify even remotely. Yeah.
$15K. Because the rule in our house, which is dumb, is my wife's like, she's like, you can't spend new money on watches. So I need to find enough stuff.
Right.
So yeah, technically this is like no flex, but it's like I'll get a watch. It'll be worth a little bit more and I'll invest a little bit more. Like I got 10 grand from the bank account to go and pay that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you sell something, you snowball it, you kind of, and that's the thing is like start small. When people are like, what watch should I start with? I'm like, get a Tudor, get a Black Bay, get, something $3-4 grand.
Get a Brick watch.
Get like a vintage Omega for like $650.
When
Like,
Brick is discontinued, it's going to be mad rare.
Yeah, dude.
that's the funny thing is I'm sure that some smart people
When
went and
Portnoy's
bought them.
president in
'Cause Brick will shut-
2032.
Brick will shut down.
And it'll be like a rare.
And some cool guy, Eric Koo or some cool watch dude is going to have those.
When
And
President
people-
So you heard it here first.
Yeah, I bet a couple bricks will be
It'll
worth.
be like a memorabilia, like
Yeah, just like the Hodinkee travel clock, which
Yeah.
like came out during the pandemic and was like $6,500, and everyone's like, that's so stupid and tone deaf. And now they trade for like 15K.
When President Portnoy is assassinated by some fucking liberal progressive fucking
yeah,
You know,
I'm out here. I'm in Canada.
the brick watch co price is going up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, what's the current watch rotation? Run it down for us.
Most of the time, so when I'm at the gym, I'll wear an Apple Watch. I never double wrist,
Okay.
but I'll wear an Apple Watch like at the gym, and then when I come home, I'll usually wear like Grand Seiko, or I wear this Explorer a ton. I will say I have that Pepsi GMT, which I'll wear quite a bit, but it's kind of chunky. It's a big watch. Like,
Have you put it on your son's little baby wrist just like see what it looks like?
No, it is funny. There's
Like a rapper?
a bunch of times like I'll be holding him. And he only likes to face out because he's, whatever. He's my son. He's weird. And so
One day this will all be yours.
Yeah, he likes to grab whatever's on my wrist.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
A porn watchman.
A taste for the finer things.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but you could put anything on there. You could put a chicken finger on that thing. He's still
I mean, I would
my
grab
wrist.
at that chicken finger.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
You
like,
gonna eat that?
I'll wear that a lot. I still collect a ton of vintage Seikos.
So how many total do you have in your possession right now?
Vintage Seikos?
No,
or
just all watches.
Like maybe 25.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But they're,
That's an arsenal.
only a handful of them are actually like worth anything.
Okay.
They're like it's not like, the Kirkland watch collection.
Right.
There's nothing worth.
The KWC?
They're worth
the
more
Kirkland
to me.
lot hitting Sotheby's.
But like these old Seikos, I will find them for like $150, $200. Eric Wynn will help me get them serviced or someone like that.
Shout out Eric
I'll get
Wynn.
them serviced. And they're great watches. And they're also like, I've given them to people who come on the pod.
So how frequently are you flipping watches like for profit?
Oh, for profit? It's not that I'm like, I'll just do it to like put money in the watch fund.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there's something that's happening and there's, I can make a couple $100 here and there on a watch that I bought, like, yeah, I'll do that. But, I've been flipping little vintage Seikos, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now.
It's your volume shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much have you spent outgoing? How much money has left
Oh, God.
in
I feel
your
like that's
lifetime
this
on
question.
watches?
The $1 million question, literally.
This isn't net revenue. This is
Yeah.
gross expenditure.
Yeah.
Gross expenditure.
Yeah,
How much
on
money
watches.
has gone out?
Yeah, if you had just back of the napkin math real quick.
Like a million?
Probably 50K.
Oh, it's not bad.
Well, you know why?
not
When you
bad.
got a good relationship with the ADs and you're getting Rollies at retail, it's not crazy.
Yeah, you can get watches at retail. There's been issues. I remember I had a white gold day date and some shit went south at home. I needed some cash. A buddy threw me a lifeline within 8 hours, I had a wire.
You're a
in my
motivated
account.
seller.
A distressed seller.
Yeah, I was distressed, I'd bought the watch for, I got like $3 or $4 grand more than what I paid for it.
So how much are you? What's the net on watches in and out?
Yeah. Have you broken even?
In terms of total value,
Or have you made money?
yeah,
Probably
definitely made money.
Okay,
But
you're
in
in the
terms of
black.
total value, but like it's not like I will. Because the other thing I've done on the side is people will be like, "Yo, can I get this watch? Like, how do I
And
get
what,
it?"
you get a finder's fee?
Yeah, so I'll be like, for certain dealers, if I connect them to certain dealers, I'll get like a random PayPal from a dealer or whatever. It's like,
fire.
hey, like you help me sell this Patek or you
Yeah.
help me sell this. Like,
Here's your commission.
Yeah, I'll get like, and
Here's
I
your
basically just get like a PayPal fee.
Here's
you
your
know?
2.5%. Well, perfect segue into the next question. So Lawrence loves talking about his basic bro Rollie over
Trying
there.
to tell him it's not basic. but
It's definitely not basic.
Thank you.
What should his next? Well, listen, a little bag touchdown from the GOAT acquisition Grailed. What should his next watch be?
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, dude.
It's not the bags that he's.
I'd rather not talk about it publicly.
It's not the baggies that he used to hit.
I'll
in his
tell you. I'll
account.
tell you off mic.
Well,
'cause
but
I have
first
no-
off,
I have
hold
no
on.
shame.
I'll say this to clear the air. You
With my
fucking
real
earn
friends.
that.
Thank you.
Any job that you have, when you get paid in equity, they give you less money and they'll give you some equity in the hopes that if something happens,
Yeah.
you get reimbursed for the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in.
Yeah,
It's
thank
fair. You
I
deserved
agree.
it. You got it.
Yeah.
Posting-
what should
yeah.
my next watch be?
Posting memes for 4 years.
Assuming that money is still an object.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, here's
No,
the
just
downside.
like what fits his personality and everything.
I always ask people, "What's your budget?"
Oh well, I'm not.
You have to always. The budget is the bad guy. You let the budget be.
Let's
the
say
bad
it's like
guy
it's
all
like a
the time.
step up from whatever's on his wrist right now.
Let's say I would. I'm not going to, but if I wanted to flip the seed, let's say I was going to
You
spend.
flip the Sea Dweller for $12K right now.
Okay,
Easy.
let's say I want to spend $25K.
$25K.
Damn.
Big boss.
Sounds cool on the podcast. 20. Let's say 20.
I want the watch guys are coming for you next.
To be
Cancel me.
honest, I would get a yellow gold day date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could find a killer
He'll play date with the day
single
date.
quick set.
Uh-huh.
So this means you're So the original day dates, the 1803s, you would have to go back from 12 or go back to 9 and then go to 3, and you'd have to do that back and forth to set each different thing. And it was a pain in the ass.
I'm going to say, is this really what I want?
You know that this man doesn't like to do work.
Yeah, I know. So it would take like an hour to do it. And so then
It's not happening.
As they updated the 18038, you had a single quick
Lawrence,
set.
what time is it? 1983.
I'll tell you in an hour.
Then the ones after that. Well, this is just set the day and the date.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not to just set the watch.
Right.
So then there was a single quick set. You can find single quick sets all the time. They're from the 80s. They're beautiful.
But you think gold? You think gold would fit
Really?
his personality?
Yeah. Yes.
I really like what you and we've talked about this with Andrew a bunch, but the two-tone sub.
Two-tone anything is super underrated,
Yeah, I agree.
especially now because the watch market's softened a bit.
Mhm.
So you could get like a modern two-tone sub for probably close to what you get for the Sea Dweller right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Like
Interesting.
at one point, Eric Wynn had a two-tone sub that was a Y serial, which is the same serial era as that approximately. And that was 13 grand.
oh, okay.
And it's beautiful. Box papers.
Sounds like a deal. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So I mean, it was fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I would get a yellow gold day date.
okay.
Because I mean,
Write it down.
let's say here's the truth, Lawrence. Like anyone else, you want to
Bear
flex a
trap.
tiny bit.
Yeah.
You want something that has
Well,
value.
Yeah.
And you also want something that you could potentially fall down the stairs in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
Which
right,
is going to
and-
happen.
And I'm not really a watch guy, so what would my first grown man watch be? Just based on my personality.
I'd get a Tudor Black Bay,
Okay.
but
I love a black bay.
yeah, get that in blue, the blue dial.
Wait, a blue black bay? Like a
yeah,
Navi?
yeah, it's a bummer because you would say
Like Zoe Kravitz?
you'd say the Tudor Black Bay blue.
Oh, that is
I know.
a mouthful.
Tudor,
Black and blue.
I know you guys are out there. Hook it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, Tudor,
It's a Tudor.
yeah, they would take care of you.
All right, Tudor, fucking bang my line.
But like, do that or
Bang my
what
wrist.
would be fun is to get like. I mean, it depends on how big you want to like.
Huge.
What sort of?
No, I'm kidding.
I
I want
would
to taste.
say-
I want small. I want
Honestly, the
taste-
Grand Seiko for the man who loves
mean, if
his
you're all
home
about
country and he's an
representing-
understated
A
flexor.
Grand Seiko is very very sick.
Yeah.
And what the key though is like because Grand Seiko bracelets, sorry, are all trash. So you just get you get it, take the bracelet off, put it on a leather strap. It's sick.
All right.
But you're still like Mr. Activewear, Mr. Jim. You're going and doing all sorts of stuff.
That's true.
Can't wear that at the climbing gym.
Nope. But you could wear Black Bay. But I mean, you're not going to do it anyway because no one should.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this isn't 1940. You don't need to summit Everest in your fucking watch.
Right.
People are like, this watch summited Everest. And it's
I
like,
do have
no
a lot of
one- no one
CP. I
cares.
do a lot of CP company jackets with the lens right here.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's get a fucking
but yeah,
stop
I
or
would-
timepiece.
I would get that, and then I would also because you got nothing, so you got to start with
Nothing.
you got to get two things.
I got
Oh,
an
shit.
iPhone.
So you get that, and then get a dress watch. You could get like a really cool. You could get like an old vintage Seiko, which are great. I mean, serious. The ones I was buying them for 100, and people were buying them for 500.
Woo.
And so
I would just want some shit with a leather strap. That's it.
yeah,
Something subtle, leather strap. That's
Yeah.
all.
get that.
Keep the leather strapped on me.
Okay. I hope everyone at home is taking notes.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy, I want to bring it back to Blamo because we got sidetracked
Oh,
by
shit,
all
yeah.
this watch
Sorry
world
about that.
drama.
That concludes
No,
the
it's
watch
totally
portion
fine.
of the podcast.
Yeah, people are like, all right, I'm turning it back.
No,
on now.
dude, they want to have expert watch talk, and we are not capable of providing it on our own.
But here's the thing: is that like Blamo guys, like there has to be the Venn diagram of Blamo and Watch World has to be like there's a pretty big overlap there. But
Yeah.
how would you describe the average Blamo listener?
92% male.
Same.
Welcome
tell
to
you
the
that.
party, brother.
Yeah,
A lot of dicks.
most-
Welcome to the lemon party.
most of them are pretty affluent.
Ooh.
Which
Hmm.
is not designed that way. It just, if you talk about nice things,
Sure.
you tend to attract less aspirational.
Richie Riches.
Yeah, and I would say they're also older. They're like
Mm.
my age and older.
Like 30s?
Yeah, like mid to late 30s.
Okay.
There's not as much young folks. It's funny too because even like I'm still in the cord on your guys' cord and all that, and I'll go in there and talk to folks and like I'll see the feedback of people who have been in the Blamo thing, and they're like, "Yeah, everyone's like older." Like they're talking. The best thing is like because I will read the exit reviews on Patreon, and one of the best ones, and whoever, if you hear this, sorry man, I'm calling you out, but they were like,
No, they're not going to hear it.
need to pause because I'm in the process of buying my second home.
Woo!
And I was
Wait,
just
so you
like-
can't afford what? Like
Yeah, and I was like,
Also-
$5 a month is
Yeah.
too much for you, bro. I'm like, all right.
Were you just trying to flex in the exit?
I know.
interview,
I was
right?
just like,
this man's not buying a second home, he's buying a second storage unit.
yeah. So that's kind of a,
Second home, guys.
It's always funny because in the watch section in the Blamo site is pretty hot, and people will have some serious heat where it's like someone's like, oh, I got this vintage thing, I got this. And by the way, it's the most like positive vibes ever.
Mhm.
It's great. You're having a bad day, you just jump in there and chat with folks.
Have you been in the GQ Discord?
They have a Discord?
Yeah, dude.
They
Oh,
did.
pretty-
Do they still?
Lord.
I think so.
Oh, they
No.
were actually trying to. I don't know if I should put them on blast, but somebody from GQ DM'd TF about like not poaching, but asking for like Discord moderation, like help.
That's very.
It's like your Condé Nast, figure it out.
hey,
Dog.
how about just pay everyone fairly?
yeah,
Yeah.
that too. Just
I
pay,
mean,
pay
Support the
someone.
Condé Nast Union. It's pretty strange in there. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it's like bizarro world.
Wasn't it like NFT heavy and like
super NFT heavy, super like Euro, like rich Euro guys.
Oh yeah,
almost.
and a bunch of new Virgil stands all of a sudden, right?
Sure.
Everyone's
Yeah.
like, I remember, this was my Virgil story, and
Right,
you're like,
right.
okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pipe down.
Not even though.
sweetheart.
I think it's more like people that are like completely outside of like the industry or the world where it's just like, oh, this is my foray into the
Yeah.
metaverse of GQ.
Yeah, everything's getting more micro, which is
Yes.
good and bad. So it's hard to be.
Except for my
There's no
dick.
more Joe Rogan era. There's not. It's over. Everything is people. It's like what you guys have. in all
You heard that,
honesty.
Joe Rogan? You're
Ma-
finished.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Game
Dude, I
over.
don't know.
No, it's like they're micro
Yeah.
communities of thousands of people
Sure.
who are all super tight, you
Yeah.
know, and they
It's awesome.
all
Hashtag real friends, baby.
yeah
It's
love
all-
you guys,
and we're all
support you.
best friends with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a dream guest to have on the pod?
I mean, at one point, I was pretty close to getting Ralph on.
I
Are you
told him that
fucking
before you
serious?
got
Yeah,
here.
I
He
sw-
was
I
couldn't
swear to
even.
God.
He was incredulous.
I swear to God.
Well, we're supposed to play long now. Are you fucking serious? That was supposed to happen?
Yeah.
What? So what? How do you make that pitch? Did you
it-
DM Ralph?
And hold
No,
on, let me
so-
take notes.
No, so one of the main big folks at Ralph was listening, and
Jerry. Was it Jerry?
no, like Jerry fucking listens to him.
Wait, so like a VP or like somebody
yeah,
who's pushing P at Ralph
yeah,
is a Blamo listener.
someone in the C-suite
Okay.
was like, "Hey, if you're ever interested in like speaking with Ralph, let me know." And they wrote, "It's a long shot, but we
Right.
could try to make it happen."
Mm.
And so the funny thing is they threw a date out. I was like, cool, let's do it. And they were like, well, we're doing this thing at this time. Hopefully they don't get pissed at me for saying this. And it was
not
anyway, the
listening.
date they threw out was 6 months
From
now.
okay.
From the
Yeah.
date. And I was like, damn. I was like, yeah. They're like, do you know what season you'll be on? Or, you know, and I'm just like,
resort.
and I literally was just like, just so you know, like, just tell me. I'll make it happen.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go there.
I'll
I'll
fly
do
anywhere.
whatever.
I'll do
Yeah.
whatever it takes for the goat.
Go to
And
Montauk or go to the
they
ranch.
were like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And then they're like,
go to
okay,
Aspen.
they're like, would you be open to having someone else present at the interview? Which is like I've done
Yeah.
before, where you know somebody's PR is
Sure.
on.
We've been there. We've all
yeah,
been
it's
there.
like yeah, sure, like of
course.
And then they said, would you be up for us having final cut? And I was
Yeah.
like, maybe. And I was
that's what it takes for him, though, right? Like,
well, but it's like, but I also don't, you know, because here's the thing, I've had big people on the show where like you think it's going to do crazy numbers, but because it's so sanitized, people are like, this is not, there's nothing here this is a bunch of YouTube comments string together
Right.
as a podcast. You know? So like, this is not anything. And I was like, well, I'm like, if we can discuss A, B, C, and D, and they're like, Ralph would only want to discuss this.
Only D.
And and I was just like,
only dungarees.
well, I was like, I would still, because in my head, I'm like, okay, well, if it's a shitty thing, that's fine. I could at least tell other people that Ralph's been on the pod and I
Right.
could get
yeah,
bigger for
honestly,
sure.
he's that level where it's like, doesn't even matter what he says.
No, yeah. And so
Like
I
you
was,
said, people just don't even read the article. They see the headline. It's like you would hope that people would listen, but like, doesn't matter.
yeah. So I was like, okay.
We want to discuss A, L, and
Honestly,
D.
bro, you should just we should just lie and be like, oh yeah, we had Brad Pitt on the pod. He put up a fucking pic, Photoshop. No one's gonna listen anyway.
So then I was like, okay. And then they're like, all right. They're like, we'll get back to you. Crickets.
Yeah.
Did you follow up a million
Yeah. So
times?
I follow up, to be honest, once a month. And
Just
Fire.
circling back.
You have a
Yeah.
Siri reminder like, hey, remind me on 12 p.m. every Tuesday.
it's a calendar reminder.
See?
And
See,
so
Lawrence?
they've said, you know, and they're like, yeah, this is still in the works. But like, there's been people that I've had on the pod that from booking to them being on was 2 years. So it's like, I'm still hoping that it would happen.
Oh,
There's some Ralph stuff coming up. I'm hoping that I get brought into it. You know, I think the downside though is like, I'm also trying to find the line between like having an actual demand. Cause like I've had people on where they're like, you have 30 minutes with this person.
Yeah.
And we did it and it sucked.
Yep.
And I was like, this is really, really bad. And then I messaged them and I was like, this isn't really releasable. Like, you can listen to it. This is a trash pod.
Goes
No
into the
one
vaults,
gives a shit about
the
this.
Blamo vaults?
Yeah, I'm like, can we do it again? And they're like, and so there's been a couple times they let me do it again. We do it longer and it's better.
Mm.
And I'm like, look, this will be so much better.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about why your brand is ABC. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like people want to hear about like what do you get at McDonald's? Like
No, for sure.
Like what? Yeah, just
What's the McRalph meal?
Yeah, what's
the
the McRalph
fashion
meal?
bro system? What
Yeah.
do you seamless to the studio, Big Sean?
Yeah. So that I mean, Ralph is still
So he's the dream guest.
the absolute.
Who has gotten the most listens? If it's not these like big celebs.
Who's got the most? That's a good question. I mean, anytime it's like in the TF universe, they'll be
Like
a
an
good-
Andrew Chen or like a
No, just like
Andrew,
like you guys or things where that become more inside baseball.
Mm.
And in all honesty, like those
we see that
tend to-
sometimes too.
so the more narrow you go, the
yes,
wider the listens.
Yeah,
the
more
deeper the
well,
listens.
and the
It's a
long,
TF
the
paradox.
longer they'll stay hot.
Mm.
Like there are episodes. It's like like the AMA that we did
Oh,
years
yeah.
ago with
The
like
Spawn-
whiskey,
the Spawn
yeah,
Con one?
thing.
Shout out those
that
guys.
like blasted like 150,000 still.
What?
I mean, it's one of it's one of the,
Damn.
but it's also it's an older thing, and so
Sure.
a lot of people go.
but it has
and
a
they'll just-
long tails where you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. I really should know this. I mean,
Who's up there though besides
Yeah.
us?
Paul Banks did mad numbers.
Shout out Interpol, dude.
Paul Banks did
Meet me in the
did
bathroom.
huge
I'm
numbers.
recording a
Yeah.
podcast.
Is he your most famous listener?
Famous listener? I don't know. I mean, there's Store connected a bunch of folks where a couple bigger folks popped out.
Chris Store,
Chris Store,
who
yeah,
did numbers on
Pa-
our podcast.
yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
did.
Pally
Pally
connected a
did
bunch
big
of
numbers on
folks.
our podcast too.
Like all those.
These are all
dudes-
guys that are also down to clown, by the way. Like
Yeah.
they know how to they know, but they've given great fucking podcasting.
Yeah, and that's all like. And then like people like Nick Weidenfeld, who
Mhm.
is a fucking Don.
Yeah,
Actually, Ezra Koenig did mad numbers.
I'm sure.
Mm.
That was big for. I mean, we launched our whole show. We launched a brand on his back.
Yeah, I mean, so those things did pretty good. The funny thing is like people that I thought were going to be huge, and it's like
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like Paul
Mhm.
Smith, no one gave a shit about.
Oh,
that.
Sir?
So-
Oh, you're
Paul
naming
Smith?
names.
Sir Paul Smith. No one cared about. But like when I say no one cared, I mean to be clear. and
You thought it was going to
transparency.
go crazy, and it was just like a regular old episode.
Yeah,
regular
I
old
thought it would be like we're gonna get 200, 300,000 people on it. But and here's the truth: it was a good pod, but there wasn't like I couldn't.
Did you Zoom with him?
Yeah, I couldn't go down other avenues I would have liked to go.
Right.
Sure.
Like Paul Feig always does nutty numbers
Yeah.
when he's on, but he does nutty numbers and then nothing after that. Like there's
So
not
we-
much stickiness.
I understand.
There's
yeah,
stickiness with
It's a flash in the pan.
yeah, with like people who have been on Comedy Bang Bang.
Mhm.
A lot of musicians do create like Andrew Bird's thing did pretty good numbers. Stuff like that. Like that did well. Because where people are like, oh, cool, I was interested in this musician, and it's cool you talked about stuff that wasn't
Right.
all music.
Right.
I'm more into this. So
Right, the
that
peek
like
behind the curtain or whatever.
yeah, that's always like kind of the best
The
stuff.
sweet spot. Irrespective of numbers, just like anecdotally or personally, who was the worst guest you've had on?
The worst guest I've had on.
And people.
And I'm not talking numbers again. It's
Yeah.
like the feedback or
Yeah, I'll say this. Worst guest I had on Marcus Wainwright of Rag and Bone.
Okay.
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because no one gave because he was what? Like, was he not down? To
I
clown?
will say that. So it was super awkward because I go and I do the recording and I'm setting things up because a lot of times like I start like trying to prep them as I'm like plugging in my
Sure.
stuff.
Oh, you're making small talk.
Yeah,
around,
and I'm asking them about this.
We did it with you just.
Yeah, he's totally ignoring me. He's on his phone. He's not paying
Ooh.
attention.
Oh, he's pulling a Larry.
And
How dare you? But he's like big dicking you, and yet he's supposed to.
totally. And then we start doing it, and he starts bragging about all these things, and he's
What's he bragging about?
And yeah, I mean, and he was this is
the rag and bone grind
this
set
is
never
years
stops.
and years and years ago. Years ago.
Oh.
And there's this story has a good ending. So it's and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to and he's basically big dogging me and he's telling me how he's friends with all these people and he names a couple people that I also knew that from the music side.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did a little bit of research on you and they're not going to corroborate that. Like, so
that's cap, sir.
yeah. So he starts saying all this stuff, and then I'm trying to talk to him, and he's on his phone. He's not paying attention.
Damn.
And I stopped and I said, "Hey, is this not a good time? I was like, maybe we reschedule.
The classiest man in podcasting.
Because here's the thing, I felt so emasculated because I, at the time, was working another job. I'd taken off from that. I was, I was neglecting other aspects of my life that I was trying to do because I wanted to give this person respect. And that's the thing is like, at the end of the day, this is just respecting. Like, I'm not like trying to beg for people to come on the show, and I'm not some big swinging dick. So it's just like, if this isn't your vibe, like if this isn't your vibe, like I get it.
Right.
So it's like, how about just meet me halfway, dog?
So I stopped and I was like, hey,
decent.
Yeah. I was like, is this not a good time? I was like, I don't think that. I was like, it doesn't sound like you're very interested in doing this. And I was like, if you don't care, I was like, it's cool. I totally respect it. I was like, I think you're a great designer. I love what you've done with the brand. It's such, I am a fan of what you've done and what you've built. I tried to tell him about like how Rag & Bone was like one of the first like expensive jeans I ever got. I mean, it was all true. And everything was just like emasculating and making fun, like little subtle flex here. And then he was like, you know what? You're right. And he apologized. He's like, I'm sorry. Like that you're right. I appreciate that. Let me, he puts his phone down. He walks away from his desk, which is where he was. Cause we were like 8 feet apart, which was very strange.
Social distancing before COVID.
He sits down. Yeah. This is way before. This is like 2018 or something, or I don't know. You can look up when it came out. And he sits down and he makes eye contact with me. He apologizes. And he's like, like, give me a chance to try to
sitting my white ass down.
And you're like, it's all good. I'm going to trash you on a podcast in 4 years.
Well, exactly. But, I mean, and I'll say this, like, he did make it right.
Okay.
But I mean, it was one of the first times that I was like, I'm just going to walk out. Like this guy just thinks he's treating me like a piece of shit, but he apologized. I sent him a follow-up email later that his PR team, they were like, how did it go? And I said, well, this is what happened. And they were like,
oh my God.
It was the
Please don't talk about this.
They were like,
years.
we didn't expect you to tell us the truth.
We work for this guy. We're aware.
I was like, everything. I was like, it was pathetic. I felt embarrassed. I felt stupid. I was like, but this is what we tried to do. And they were like, you don't have to release it.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Yeah. And they were like, we're not trying to fuck with you or, I mean, everyone was cool. But it was one of the few times. And he was cool later. Let me be clear. I'll be very clear. Whatever clip you use, he was cool later. But like,
this won't get clipped out. Don't worry.
Yeah, he made it right. But it was one of the few times that I like tried to stand up for myself in the thing, and it did work.
Good for you, man.
Sounds like a real raging boner, if you ask me.
But yeah. There's
the opposite of a raging boner.
And the downside is
soft dick.
I had another guest on, which I won't name. I'll tell you off mic. And I talked to other people about it, and they were like, "This person effing sucks." This, and I went and
did they suck?
Yeah, it was real bad. And
did you release the episode?
No.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
In the vaults, dude. We only had to do that
when you don't release an episode,
it was our fault.
When you don't release an episode, does the guest or the guest team come back to be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Did you make up a
what do you
lie?
say?
I said that there was an issue with the recording.
Oh, nice. Yep.
That's the move.
We've only had the chamber one, and it was really more our fault. But yeah, we just eventually just lied to this guy's people as a guy. That's all I'll say.
All right. Well, with the Blamo podcast and the Blamo network, right? You have the Triple J Show on Patreon.
Yeah.
Where you, Jeremy, pod with John Moy and Jian DeLeon.
Friends of the show.
Yep.
What do you pay them?
I'll put that in there.
I will say they're paid very fairly.
Oh, really? We thought they maybe did it for free for the clout.
They are paid, and they're paid fairly.
Wow.
And
Lord knows they don't need the money.
Immediately after the recording.
So you hold the money hostage.
Is it like by hour? Is it like by
no?
sesh?
Basically, here's what had happened. So I had done pods.
Does your accountant think that they're paid a little too much?
My accountant did.
Yeah.
But like, here's the thing. Like,
this guy was a hired gun for 4 pins, and this other guy has bought every single article of clothing that has ever existed.
Let me be clear.
They're worth it.
He's hit every event that the fashion world has put on in the last 6 years.
This guy has never missed a party.
We're going to find out that Jian has a Star Trek teleporter in his.
Oh yeah,
bro,
for sure.
It's insane to me. Anyway,
his Uber account must be fucking. His Uber expense report must be bankrupting Nordstrom.
Here was the truth was, I was like, can we do this show? Because we did it
because we all have the same letter to start our names.
Yeah, I was like, we did a pod in Vegas, and it was funny.
You should have called it the JJJ.
And it was like, this is
the
a joke.
Jodcast.
Yeah, they're like, this is a joke.
You got to get Justin Saunders on.
Yeah, dude, I've tried. That guy's iced me so much.
Jodcast.
Maybe I'll put in a good word for you. That's my
I mean, Yeah, let me know.
He wouldn't be good on mic.
Yeah, well, some of those people
He's
they
low-key.
want the mystique. They like the mystique.
Oh, that's
I
his whole-
respect the
yeah.
mystique.
Yeah, like
but
Derek
I'm also
Guy.
like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like Derek guy.
Yeah. So they were like,
You did the Vegas pod. It
yeah.
slapped.
So I reached out to him and I was like, look, can we do this consistently? I'll
Yeah.
pay you. And I threw a number at him, which I was like, this seems fair. You know, a couple hours, this much an hour. Very.
Do you pay him the same?
I sent both of them the same thing.
Mm,
You know, I'm
okay.
not trying. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right.
So they were like, you know,
Jeremy makes the most because he's the white guy on the show.
no. So they were like, I was like, all you need to do is show up and talk.
Prepare
And-
nothing.
On a Zoom.
Yeah, on a Zoom, local or in person, whatever. And they were like, yeah. And I get a response from one person. They're like, say less. Like, I'll do it for free. And I'm like,
That was Moy.
no, it wasn't Moy.
That was Jian.
Who do you think, bro?
Jian was like, I'll do it for free. And like, because also those guys are my homies. They're nice. But I was like, no, I don't want you to.
Right.
Not because I want to tax or any sort of thing. It's like, because
Just charitable
Well, and
fucking
also 'cause,
tax
like,
deduction.
I want to also like, I want to do this.
Professional operation.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
this right. And I was like, look, if we can grow from here to here, we'll reevaluate. If we can do this, we'll like, this isn't like, let me just profit off my homies. This is like, I want to do this, but I also recognize that like I have a capacity and a limit. And if I want to do this in a good way, you need to empower and you got to pay people.
Yeah.
So they were like, cool. And I
Otherwise, you get John Moy just be like, oh man, something's wrong with the recording. I can't make it.
yeah.
this month,"
So
you know.
I told my accountant and he goes, you can't afford this. And I was like, well, I will eventually. Hopefully it'll do.
Accountants hate this guy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck off, dude. Like, what do
Oh,
you
it's like an
care?
investment into the platform.
Yeah, I was like, I want this to grow more. Because I also realized the Patreon and the feedback I'd get, people are like, I get Blamo for free. What's the point of paying
Right.
the Patreon? I'm just getting more Blamo. Like, I'm not smart like you guys that have after hours and all that shit. So,
You could start. Oh.
no, whatever. I mean, it's fine. So they, I was like, I'm just going to make other shows. And I
Yeah.
tried to do it with Mordecai. It crashed and burned. He was busy. He couldn't pull it off. It's
Mhm.
fine. I respect him. All love to Mordecai.
No, for sure. But no shit.
You know, I tried to do another show that was going to be like way bigger. We shopped it around. We were like going to do it with like Pineapple Street and stuff like that, which like,
Oh, you wanted to get funding first and like a professional like
yeah, then we
production.
shopped it. Yeah, because I'm with the WME guys that were shopping around other shows that
Oh,
were
wow.
not like,
must be nice.
Yeah.
well, no, it was not like bros talk. It was like,
Tell him we say what up.
yeah, I was trying to do. Yeah, it's funny because I pitched them like these original shows, and they're like, "Oh, cool, we should bring it to this person." And they're like, "Yeah, they want to do it, but they want equal rights and they want streaming television and all this stuff." Right? And I was just like,
No way,
I
bro.
was like, we haven't done anything yet. Like, we haven't even had a meeting. This is literally the response. I'm like, geez, Louise.
yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just going to try to make these other shows. Everyone loves the little Blamo-verse, whatever dumb things you want to call it. So we did that. And yeah, I mean, Derek's paid, Rob's paid, every single person's paid.
What's the best thing about potting with those two chuckle fucks?
Yeah.
The best
boys.
thing.
So the best,
Because they are the best. Besides just getting to hang with them.
Yeah.
the best things between
boys,
both
dude.
between John and Jian and Derek and Rob is I don't carry the show ever.
You can
Oh,
relax.
less work.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's and the work that I do, which I pay Amar, our editor, he edits.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we release it. We pay, you know, I make the, we cut the little Patreon previews. We do all the little things. But like John sets up the run of show. Jian is a fucking
Really?
genius. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I assumed you did it.
Jian is a genius with like segues and like,
Yeah.
you know, we look at everything. We'll
They
kind
don't call
of
them
chat.
Jian puns for no reason,
Yeah, we'll chat
boy.
for 2 minutes and go through. I mean, it's great. And I love it. And I'm not sitting and be like, how can I? Because I'll
Right.
do a pod with someone. I start editing it in my head while we're talking. I'm like, okay,
How can
that's
I
a great
salvage
thing. We could
this?
do that. Like, how do I take it in this direction? I want to get us to A, B, and C.
Right.
But it's great. I
So
mean,
you get to just chat shit then. Like you
Yeah.
can just hang.
the
Nice.
downside is, and this is the biggest.
Yeah,
thing that we're gonna
what's the
try to
worst
do,
part?
is people are like, I don't want to do this through Patreon. Patreon's too hard. We have some
Oh,
we
yeah.
have some BSDs in the Patreon who have joined 4 times. If you want, I'll tell you. We edit it out now.
Wait,
No,
what do you mean?
what-
So they join Patreon to listen, but then they just like bounce?
No, they've joined and they don't know how to set it up with their
Oh, yeah,
Apple
yeah,
Podcast.
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they'll
it's-
sign
yeah,
up on
it's-
something
it
else.
sucks,
they
dude.
sign up
uh,
on Apple Relay.
That's the curse of having like a boomer audience, right?
Yeah, and so
And Patreon is not easy, dude,
it is not easy. And so
for the user.
the thing that we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the same thing. I've already dumped like 20 hours into it to set up all the Apple podcast streaming and then all the Spotify stuff. So you could one click on those things. You won't get slack, but we're like, who cares?
Yeah,
Like, a lot
right.
of these, there's
If you just want
literally
more
hundreds and hundreds of
pods,
people
yeah,
that don't
yeah.
even jump in the Slack. They don't
Right.
care.
No, totally.
So that's the thing. Cause like people want, there's people that are like, I love the John and Jian show. Don't give a shit about Blamo. Or like, I just want Derek Guy. Don't care about these other things.
No, totally. Yeah.
And I'm like, great, fine. Like,
Yeah.
Did Dave Portnoy sign up for the Patreon so we could try and get dirt on Dye Workwear?
no, there was an at Barstool Sports that signed up for the Patreon.
There's
What-
some,
what
I
address?
don't think it had any connection
there's
to.
some tasteful homies still,
Yeah.
What was
still in
the
the
address?
trenches.
What was the email address?
I don't know. It was like a
You're gonna
Neil.
fucking-
Ian Ardini?
No.
Gonna fucking
no,
dox
yeah,
Neil?
Erica, no. But there's some Barstool Sports in there.
I did
There's-
actually give her.
There's
email
definitely
when we did a
heavy
live
hitters
show.
in the Blamo Slack that all lurk, and there are
Oh, for
people
sure.
that are fucking jarring.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
If
they
you
got,
edit out,
Like,
edit out,
no,
I'll
but
tell you.
well, tell us off
Tell
mic.
us off
But
mic.
you
Well, they got,
gotta tell
like-
us about the cancel spot, but Titans of Industry is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
did
which
they got
is-
like political power?
no.
Okay.
There's no one like that.
Yo, Hunter Biden.
yeah, no.
We see you.
Yo, Blamo about the Blamo Slack is gonna fucking overthrow a third world country's
Yeah.
government. Dude.
No, the thing, and this is like I'm the most. Maybe it's bragging, but like the most I'm proud of is like people try to call out something, and I'm like, this person is in here,
Right.
and they're like, yeah, it's this, or like this designer, this person's in here.
At
And they
Teddy
all learn.
Santis.
Yeah, right.
No, there's no ALD crew in there.
Who
I'm not
is
cool.
a Throwing Fits patron? Shout out Teddy. We
Yeah,
appreciate your money,
I'm
baby.
not cool with ALD. I mean, I love ALD, but ALD is not.
That's not your
They don't
people.
like.
Is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
which is fine. All good.
Jeremy, I want to zoom in further onto you, Jeremy Kirkland, the man. Let's go from we to Jeremy.
Touche.
We mentioned this at the top of the podcast about 2.5 hours ago, but you are a man of many different. You love to experiment. You love to try new things, and you go fucking dick
Hard.
first into them, right? Is there a personal style phase you went through that, looking back now, makes you cringe the hardest? Because you had your Rick era, you had your
One
fucking
cringe to rule them all.
Tom
One
Brown
cringe to rule them all?
skirts. Yeah.
In all honesty, I would say I was way too into gregarious suits that didn't fit me. If
Like
you're gonna-
big boys, big boxy boys.
No, it was like so Larry and I were all into Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
And Larry, and this is funny, like I'll say this, like Larry has very good taste on
Thank you.
fabrics and swatches and stuff.
Ooh.
They're never loud, but they're just. I'm serious. They're never loud, but they're loud enough. And me,
Wait, you did run of the mill, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So
we did
okay,
run
so
the
we
mill.
have what we have that in common is walking Larry back from the fucking ledge.
Well, yes, but like, and that's it. So, but he gets back, and I mean,
Meet
I
me on
say
the
it,
ledge,
like all
dude.
credit.
Get back, Larry.
And so,
Step back from that ledge,
because like
my
we'll look at it,
friend.
we'll all look at the same thing, be like, "That's fire," and then he'll be thinking, he'll walk around the room, he'll pace, and then
Go
he'll be
outside
like,
for a few
we
cigarettes."
should do this,
Yeah.
and it's the other one. And this is like for suits, like I had like some bizarro red plaid Isaiah.
Oh, so you're like extra loud suiting.
it was all extra.
Damn. So when you say
yeah,
gregarious, that shit was barking.
it was bad.
I don't
Yeah.
even remember you ever looking. I mean, I have my own answer to this question, but I'll let you continue.
I mean, that whole world was like if clown.
Pity 2012, all my fits are trash.
But that whole world,
Excluding the Supreme Cuccinelli.
that whole world,
Yeah.
and that like subculture was like the fucking Arkham Asylum prison break, where like you had all these insane people just running around.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so maybe you didn't really stick out as hard as you might have in your mind looking back.
But I see
Like a
those
rabid
pics-
peacock.
Yeah, I see those pics and I cringe so bad. And when I was super in, this is like 2005, whatever, in New York, and I was wearing a lot of Marc Jacobs and Dior. And I wore the like Marc Jacobs high tops that were like the Jordan knockoff high tops.
Yeah.
Those were, I looked so shitty.
You always rocked the Dior Homme jeans real well though, because you wore those for a long time.
Yeah.
Those are kind of classics in their own right.
Yeah.
Your Tom Brown phase, I was like, this is too.
The
And you were
Tom
like
Brown-
going, and I got a runoff flow. Famously, the fit of mine that you hate the most.
Ugh.
That trench is from this beautiful man here. But your Tom Brown phrase, you bought so much time. I guess you had a plug,
I had a plug,
but you
I
were
was doing
buying
some stuff
Tom
with them.
Brown, bro.
Brody and a few of the folks that were at
Brody.
TV, they hooked me up. They helped me. I got to do their like private little sample sale. I helped them with like trying to get them on Lightspeed, which was like their little CRM
Okay.
back end at 100 Hudson. And they're like, "Yo, we'll comp you with all these clothes." So I had all this gear, but it was all stuff that's like they're not even going to sell it.
Right.
You know, it was like I did get
There's two out there.
I did get it. Yeah, I did get a jacket that was made for Elton John, but they made it in the wrong size. And they were like, "Do you want this? It was made for Elton John." I was like, "Are you
Elton
fucking
John's
kidding me?"
bespoke Tom Brown
How
jacket?
sparkly was it?
It was pretty gnarly. And then I did get a Shetland. This was the craziest thing I got. It was a wool Shetland suit. So this was when they were making stuff at Rocco's
Yeah.
in Long Island City. And I had it, and it was just dumb. Because like at the time, you remember like the circus era stuff? Tom Brown, GOAT designer.
Sure.
Super smart, but but also
It's spectacle.
yeah, if Tom Brown was still running his business the way he wanted to run it, he still would only be selling gray suits, white shirts, and black shoes. Like the crew made him do the sweatpants. And then when Crown or whatever had bought them from Japan,
The Japanese
they're
company,
they're like, you're doing sweats, homie. Like,
Now add a stripe and make more sweats.
So that was the bad stuff. And then when
Can't all be dog bags.
when Michael Williams was like, yo, I was talking to one of the TV folks and they said you're one of the top customers. And I was like, yeah, I definitely dropped over 10K at Tom Brown in a year. Yeah, I had sold
and
Apple
this is like
stock.
pre-Biden
Uzi.
inflation.
This is pre-Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, this is 2000 and
You were mad early. You've always been early. Even with Rick, the first pair of Rick Owens Geo baskets that I ever held in my hands was at your desk at Beggars Group. I was like, what the fuck? What are these? I'm like, these are crazy.
Yeah, and they smell like vanilla and all this shit. I had gone down there and it was nuts because I worked with Orlando Bloom for like a tiny spat between.
You're styling celebrities.
Yeah, I was doing like celebrity stuff. And he was really into like Tom and Ya and Rick and CCP. And so I was like shopping with them. Yeah. And they're like, oh, do you want like our celebrity discount? And then I was in the system as like,
stylist to the stars
OB's guy. Yeah. Ooh. And so I was getting all these, and I had sold a bunch of Apple stock from when I worked there, which is
wait, real quick, Orlando's Bloom's friends call him Obi? Or you just call him that?
Yeah, other people call him Orlie.
Orlie?
OB.
Okay, OB. Because I was like, damn, all right.
Lando.
Yeah.
Lando's pretty fire.
Yeah, we might have to edit that out.
Legolas.
Yeah, sorry. You could, I don't know, you could probably leave it in. No one gives a shit. No. But yeah.
Bloomy.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, so I was with him and you hang out with people that rich, you like you think you're in their level. So I was buying shit that I couldn't even really afford. And then, I was like half friend, half stylist, but didn't know how to actually have a professional relationship.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, you should get that. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And they're like,
you're right.
Your total is $32.75.
You're right, Lando.
And I'm like, sweet. I'll just use my credit card.
Yeah.
Zip, and you're like, fucking hell, man. What am I doing? But yeah, I got like the double.
And then you call the bank, you're like, yo, I think someone just committed fraud on my card.
So
Orlando Bloom just committed fraud on my mental.
Yeah. The crazy thing is
discover.
I'm like, and I'm on Style Zeitgeist. I'm buying shit off the message board, the like cashmere shorts and stuff. And I show up back at the office at Beggars and they're like, where were you? And I was like, I was just shopping with Orlando Bloom. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? They're like, sit down.
Was he your favorite celebrity to work with?
No, Paul Rudd, 100%.
Yeah. He's the real deal.
Like the funniest guy.
He's super nice.
Yeah.
Like, because Orlando, super, super nice guy, incredibly generous, warm. This is when he was still with his ex, Miranda Kerr. Invited me to their home. Very nice. Met their kid, warm, friendly. But Paul Rudd was like, tell me about you. What's going on with your life? How did you want to be a stylist?
What brands did he like?
Paul wasn't a brand guy. He just like
make me look decent.
Fit. He just liked fits, and he also would tell you stories. And it's like, this is the jacket from Wet Hot American Summer. Here's this thing from Anchorman. Here's and you like hung out and talked with him, and he's
a real guy.
Yeah, and I told him, I'd met his kids, I met his wife.
Have you been to his candy store upstate?
No, but we did get invited to his like 4th of July thing, which was like, I thought I was so cool.
Did you go?
No, we couldn't go. I know. I was like, we can rent a car. We can do this.
Have to make this work.
Yeah.
Or my Tom Brown skirt.
Because Elizabeth was more interested in trying, because he used to do a bunch of stuff with like Awesome Show, Great Job, the Tim Heidecker stuff. And she was, and she's like, oh my God, Tim Heidecker will be there. I was like, babe, this is Paul Rudd.
Yeah, right.
But this is pre all this stuff. He was finishing a movie called like,
it wasn't Ant-Man yet, was he?
No, it was way before Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Because I love you, man.
Yeah. And then like Josh Gad was super great. We watched the NBA finals like at his house.
Oh,
like,
fucking
we left
Snowman?
Yeah. And this is right before Olaf.
Frozen.
Yeah, right before Frozen.
Before we got that Frozen.
Frozen, they thought was going to bomb. I don't know. Like people forget.
Well, they're fucking stupid.
Disney thought Frozen was going to bomb. They pulled all the marketing budget at the 11th hour and then started adding to it as reviews were coming out and being like, actually, and Josh Gad was the one that I burned accidentally.
How?
Because I was being a stylist. I mean, I've said this on the pod another time. So like, if it's, I'm not like canceling myself here, but I was trying to be a stylist, but I wasn't really making money. And I didn't really know how to do it. And my manager was their manager. And then I was like very overwhelmed. And she was great to me. She helped me get paid. She set me up, but I like, she was waiting on me to be proactive, and I'm like Mr. Nice Midwest guy. And I'm like, well, hopefully they'll see that I'm working hard and they'll pay me, and it's like, no,
As you
not,
apply clown makeup.
Yeah, they're not going to. Exactly. I'm like, they're not going to do that. And then I just got married. I was like $15K into debt.
Oh.
Elizabeth was like, what are you doing? Like, you can't.
Why'd I marry this fiscally irresponsible Rick Owens at it?
It's
this
like
guy trying to become a professional stylist as a 34-year-old man.
Yeah, and I'm such a clown at all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put him in Run of the Mill. He wore Run of the Mill.
In the Madden commercial.
Run of the Mill in the Madden commercial.
That was sick.
But like, I thought all these things were going to work out, but like I kept waiting for someone to help me, and I had to like, here's my podcast. I had to help myself.
Yeah, dude.
And so I was burning the candle at both ends. And then Josh Gad's press tour went from like 3 looks to 5 looks to 10 looks to 14 looks. And I bailed because I didn't know. I was like, I can't do this.
This is out of my purview.
And
You bailed on Olaf?
And his manager was like, we'll pay you. She's like, what do you need? And I'm like, well, you're my manager and his manager. I don't even know how to do this. And so I just,
over my head.
I was weighing over
I
my
feel
head.
frozen.
And I was like a child.
I need to
was
let
like
it
in
go.
my-
Let it go.
Let it go.
I was 25 at this
Okay.
time.
Oh,
I was-
really?
Yeah. And because I got married at 25.
Okay.
And
I was wrong.
no, it's fine. And so I was like, fuck. I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I bailed. She calls me, leaves a voicemail on my thing is just being like, like,
Fuck you.
What are you doing? Like, this
blew
is
it.
this is really unprofessional.
Yeah.
So then I basically spent a decade like groveling back to her.
Not to Josh Gad.
No. Well, Josh, I made amends with. I was like, hey man, I'm really sorry. I hope you understand.
He's like,
And,
you prick, I had to wear the same sweater.
no, and he had someone else.
Yeah,
and
right.
He was
He's-
fine.
get
And
someone-
he was like, hey man, no problem. All good. Like, best of
Yeah.
luck with your life,
Adios.
Yeah.
See
and
ya.
so- yeah. And then everyone was super chill and it was fine. But like, I couldn't go to sleep knowing that I had
Right.
wronged someone and it was my fault. So, and I eventually came back into the graces of, her. And
Well, who could say mad? Who could say mad at this face?
Exactly,
right?
dude.
Yeah.
No matter how fiscally irresponsible you are with your own money, with other people's money, which brings us to the next topic of the podcast.
Yeah.
Jeremy, how much money do you make?
from Blamo?
Just you.
All of it.
The Blamo Patreon is public, right?
Yeah. The
So
Blamo
people can do
Patreon's public.
people can do their calculations there.
Well, I will say the burn rate of Blamo is I'm still negative almost $1,000 from the Patreon. The Patreon doesn't pay for itself.
Really?
Yeah.
So how
It
much
doesn't
money?
pay the Triple J show.
So how
Or
much
the
money-
2 J's of the
It
Triple
does.
J.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
it does.
it pays that and it
Okay.
pays that, but it doesn't
then-
pay my editor. It doesn't pay
Right.
hosting.
Then we got
Because
Derek-
I'm
we got
not on
Derek
like free
Guy's
hosting
asking
like
us
you
too.
have. My hosting bill is like
Oh, that's
pretty
right.
high.
Yeah.
And if I do a better episode, they'll be like, hey, just you're going to be bumped into this new price range. I'm like, well, it may not stay that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't make enough for that, but I'll make enough doing consulting things.
Mm.
Right.
So I make enough to live okay in the Midwest
Okay.
And take
Um,
care of your family.
to take care of
And
my
grow
family.
the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
One Rolex at a time.
I'll say my wife makes far more than I can make, but now she's not making money, and so I have to carry the family, and so that shit
Financially.
sucks. Financially,
She
yeah,
is
yeah.
doing the hard work. Jeremy.
Yeah,
she is.
She's raising your children.
Yeah, but we're a team. We're team hot dog.
Yeah.
What do you like to
That's
spend
our
your
vibe.
money on though? Like your hard-earned money? Like, is it all watches and Johns? Like, for family aside, essentials aside, like, what do you like to
Gaming.
splurge on? baby?
Watches and furniture.
Yeah.
Furniture?
Yeah.
Is there a big like watch to furniture pipeline? There's definitely a menswear to furniture pipeline.
Yeah. I mean, anything that gets designy, you
Yeah.
start to connect the
You can
dots,
nerd out
and you're
on
like,
it.
oh, it would be cool if I had Vitsu, or it'd be cool
Right.
if I helped Herman Miller do their podcast.
Oh,
and
shit.
They paid me in gear.
In chairs.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so-
That's
and
honestly
the
better
gear-
than cash.
And what I found out is the gear wasn't Herman Miller. It was like Miller Knoll, which applied for everything from
That's not bad.
DWR.
Oh,
So I had like a amount in my Design Within Reach account
interesting.
for the work. And so I was able to get stuff that I
You'll
wanted
get
my
10
whole life.
side tables.
Yeah, the funny thing is like I get the Eames chair and they're like, you want an Eames chair? They're like, yo, we'll hook you up. I mean, I basically did like 2 or 3 weeks of work for them on their show. And they were like, we got you. We're going to hook you up with this and this. And I get it. And I was, I had wanted an Eames chair for
Right.
over a decade.
Sure.
Like when we got married, I wanted to get one. My wife's like, no, we're like, you're stupid. And I finally
This is
get
the
it.
size of our entire apartment, Jeremy.
Yeah, and
You
I
could sit on this upside down bucket.
yeah, and I sit on it and I'm like, this is so cool. I got it. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I just put everything into thinking that this would complete me.
Oh,
It
sure.
did Nothing.
You're like, it's not even that. I mean, is it comfortable?
It's comfortable.
It's
Yeah.
very comfortable,
Yeah.
but it's like I just put everything into
Right.
like this is gonna
You're
fix
like, I need
everything.
a gaming chair.
yeah, yeah, And it's like the chair I sit on the most is a thing we got at like a vintage shop, you know,
Right.
or the thing that her parents' friends gave us.
Versus the lounger.
So yeah, I mean,
So
but
furniture, watches,
furniture and watches.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, sausage McMuffins and God of War
Clothes.
upgrades.
Clothes for sure. But I've been we'll jump into the close up, but I've been like, I just way more selective on clothes I pay
As
for.
you should be. I mean, I think that just comes with age, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think we're even the same way where it's less, it's, you know, it's fucking always has been, and you maybe didn't realize it, but it's quality over quantity. That exists for.
According to the AI script that we ran on a Throwing Fits episode.
Well, the worst
Yeah.
thing is like, because people are like, yo, do you want anything from us this season? And I just stopped responding.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well,
It depends.
it
on
wasn't
who's asking.
wasn't because I didn't like the clothes. The clothes are cool, but it's like I have everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I'm
Once
trying
you get
to
the man that has everything, more of everything.
yeah, I'm trying to refine and reduce. And so it's like, don't waste your clothes on
Right,
me.
right.
Like, I still think your brand's dope, but like, you know,
Refine, reduce, reuse.
What's
Yeah.
the biggest revenue stream? Is it the watch consulting?
yeah, it's consulting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, to be honest, no shots, you guys. I'm not you guys. Like, the Blamo.
And we're not you, bro. We're not getting put up at the
Yeah,
public.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, and
we got to share a room at the Masters.
Which, by the way, is a flex.
you're
Yeah.
going to the Masters?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I might have just
Unconfirmed.
looked it up today. Your boy finally did something. We'll see.
Yeah, but that
I'll tell you
also,
later.
he might have just enacted the Larry curse.
You brought it up.
Sorry, you can edit it out.
No, we're not
it's
going
still the
to.
curse. As long as it's spoken into existence, the curse lives on now.
That's
But it's the
huge.
watch consulting. What's
Yeah.
like the biggest, like, besides money, what's been like the biggest fucking, I guess, like perky of the watch consulting? Have you been like flown to Switzerland and
You-
put up in a
yeah.
fucking chalet and
You
shit?
took some good press trips.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I've definitely done some
Back in the day.
cool press
like
trips.
didn't IWC take you to some exotic locale? Didn't you do some shit?
No, oh yeah, I mean, I've gone on IWC press trips. I've gone, been to Germany.
That might be a
did
good
it.
watch for him, actually. IWC.
IWC is super
Yeah.
fire. People just don't like it because they still will be like, oh, it's an airport, or some person that they don't like has an IWC
Mhm.
watch. But their IWC is phenomenal, especially like the smaller pilots. I went to like this vineyard. I've done all, it's like, we're going to go eat at all these Michelin star restaurants, and you go there and you eat and you feel like shit and you like throw up that night. But yeah, I mean, that stuff's, the watch consulting is that, or like
Lucrative.
digital marketing stuff that I like,
Ooh.
will get asked for people to do. That's the hard part, is like, but anything else, the hamster wheel is Blamo, which I love to do. It makes me feel good. I love it more than anything in the world. I'm so glad and grateful to do it, but it doesn't pay for everything.
Right.
But it gives me air
The most
quoting
joy.
like notoriety to get hired to do things that do pay me money. But if I'm not doing Blamo, no one wants to work with me
Yeah.
on these other things.
Yeah.
So it's,
You're talking to two of feel exactly the same way. No,
Yeah.
Time to get into the third and final topic of this
Oh, yeah.
podcast, Jeremy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Sucking and fucking.
Sex and dating.
Yep.
Eats and cheeks.
okay. All right.
As a 2-time confirmed sex haver,
Sniper.
how do you grapple raising children with having a full-blown jawnz addiction? Are you weaning yourself off the jawnz because of the children?
Are they ruining shit and you're like learning to not put so much stake into material items?
Do you stand over
Yes.
them while they're sleeping peacefully and just want to fucking strangle them because they cost so much money?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they do cost money.
That money could be going to
real
John's.
talk. My kids' daycare, both kids, full-time daycare is $40,000 a year.
Woo.
Damn. That's
Um,
a bunch of Rolexes at retail. That's,
That's
a couple
a lot of-
Daytonas.
That's a lot of Patreon.
yeah, and it's like I can't afford all that, you
Yeah.
know. And so, where you're like, and like my kid
Better
goes to a
siphon
nice-
some gas for the Maserati.
Yeah, my kids go to like a nice school, but it's not, it's not anything fancy. I mean, when I was living
And
in
that's
New York,
priority.
just Harriet's thing, it
Yeah.
was like $32,000 a year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you just deal with it. I mean, it's not like to get political, but just like it just costs a lot to like try to keep your kids safe and
Right.
educate them, and and like she's learning how to write her name.
Costs a lot to make in America, baby.
Yeah. So that
Costs a lot to be
that
made in USA.
sucks.
It does.
It's cool. to see-
assembled.
The biggest thing that happened is I became more empathetic to my parents from being a parent.
Of course. Sure.
Because you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm this age.
I'm
my
10.
parents,
Damn,
I was this
so
at
that's
this
why
age.
I drank 12 beers at Thanksgiving because I don't have a kid.
Yeah. And so you're just like,
I don't think that's why, but
yeah, you're like, oh man, like my parents had no idea what was going on. Like
Right.
there's no way they could have known. Or
they had nose trip.
yeah, could have seen or understood this. Yeah, so
My parents have an iPad to give me.
Yeah, for
right.
real. We had a puzzle and a fucking shoving Tic Tacs up my nose.
That doorstop thingy.
Yeah.
Tinker Toys are getting tetanus on. But yeah, so the shit like that was great. Like, it is cool. My daughter is like getting into clothes and music.
Oh, sick.
And she I mean,
Developing
in a way-
her own taste.
Yeah, she likes to dress herself. She likes lots of different patterns. Kids' clothes are dope because they're way cheaper. And when kids get clothes, they only have them for like 3 or 5 months.
Right.
So my wife's in all these like swap groups.
Oh, nice.
And things like that, or like, buying stuff online.
Like grailed for kids.
Yeah, it's like Whatnot and Mercari
Grail tots.
and Poshmark and all those sites where it's like, you're
Graildettes.
getting,
StockX Kids.
I'll get sent
Kicks for
clothes
kids.
for my kid from a dope brand. Like, I got Lord Piana kids shit, and I'm like,
Fire.
hello, I'm over here.
You're like, can I
homie."
stitch all these together to make
Yeah.
one adult size
Yo,
shirt?
Nicole McLaughlin, can you sew these all together into one
Yeah.
shirt?
And it's like, you put it on and she's like, this is itchy, and you're like, oh, great, enjoy.
That's Laura Piana, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I want Under Armour.
Yeah. She's like, I want Under Armour with the skull and an American flag on it. And you're like,
I want a thin blue line.
My favorite color is a thin blue line.
Yeah.
So that shit definitely sucks, but it's cool to like see them like get their own taste.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's part of the joys of fucking parenting, right?
Yeah, it is.
Apparently.
Seeing them become their own person.
But
Humans.
like I'm thankfully haven't hit any age yet, because there's other people in like the Blamo Slack and stuff that were like, yo, my kid's 16 and we're dealing with this.
Yikes.
And you're like, whoa.
That
And-
will
and-
be you.
I mean, yeah, and it's true. And like your heart breaks where it's like, wow,
Yeah.
like
maybe get out of the podcast Slack channel and raise your son.
Yeah, I mean,
That would
and I'll
be my
say
advice.
full love to this. These people that are in
Get off the
there.
fashion gamer chat room.
I mean, all truth to this, these people that are in there that are talking about their kids are like the most like loving, caring people ever. You're like, shit,
Yeah.
I wish this person was
My
my
son
dad.
just discovered throwing fists. What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked the Blamo Slack.
Yeah, now that is in there. It's like, sorry, what do I do? My kid listens to throwing fits.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
I need Rex.
Yeah.
That ain't your son. That's our kid now.
Can someone ID this podcast that goes dad ass?
Yeah. The TF youth.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, you're doing fucking incredible. We love to see the growth of Blamo
Mhm.
and the growth of just like the Jeremy Kirkland watch empire.
Yeah.
We want to see you do even better though.
Uh-oh.
So we'd love to offer up some constructive criticism before you get out of here. Before we go to your event tonight, I'll go first.
Okay.
Take it or leave it, Jeremy.
Okay.
Wait, so is the Pepsi Rolex the most expensive one you have?
In terms of resale.
Yeah, probably.
Give me that.
Speaking of kids,
Give me that watch.
I don't-
chicken
yeah.
finger.
Give me that watch.
I wish I
I'll
had
trade
it.
you this Diet Pepsi for your son, which I'm sure he would find more joy in his empty plastic bottle now than he would in the watch, right?
I hope you never get
Touche.
so distressed where like, because that's your most resellable watch. That's an all timer that you're like, because now after all this drama that you went through, you have to give it to Russ, dog.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that it's going to be bad because one day I will give him that and they don't fucking care.
Well,
Like-
I think when you tell him the story, you should save like screenshots and shit, or
No
you
way.
save
I don't
this,
want him to read that.
save this episode of the podcast and be like, son, listen to this. Like,
Yeah.
Dad, why do you make me listen to 2 hours of fucking swagless drivel for, it's like, oh, so you can have this watch.
In a weird way, that I'm actually super grateful for. The
Yeah.
fact that like there's already hundreds of hours of my voice. Whatever happens to me, like I can
All right,
live
that's
on
true.
in my ignorance and stupidity.
That's what I'm afraid of, is that if I do go and like my parents or anyone goes back, they're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Rest in piss.
This guy did all
We're ashamed.
this guy did a lot of cocaine.
The funny thing is, though, even
The
then,
fuck?
even
It's a
listen to
children's
that,
show.
people be like, "Man, you guys all got hearts of gold. You're good."
I mean,
Well,
we're not assholes. We just play them on TV. By TV, I mean a free podcast.
Anchor, Apple, Spotify, wherever podcasts are sold.
Jeremy, we talked about how, in that shitstorm around Hodinkee and your Pepsi, that there was a little bit of a silver lining. There was a little bit of clout, whether they're hate follows or people, who get the joke. You got some fucking juice. I would say, listen, I heard that there is a watch company looking for potentially a new face to kind of pivot the marketing. I think that we could potentially be looking at the next brand ambassador for Brick Watch Co. Create some more controversy. Get some have those stoolies fucking that are in the Blamo Slack multiply by the hundreds. I think it could work out.
Yeah.
So funny you mentioned it. There is a Blamo watch that we're doing.
Whoa! Is that breaking news?
No, I
On
mean
this show, at least.
it's been people that have been trying to make it happen. For
I think
a
you
while.
told me that it's a collab, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a collab.
Yeah.
What can you tease us with? Just tickle our pickle.
And don't say anything that you want us to
No.
remove. But
It's not. It won't have Blamo on the dial. That's for sure.
We won't have always Blamo.
No, it's not gonna have anything to. Because
it won't say Squirtle Squad.
Yeah, I'll say this for the record. Like Blamo, it's such a dumb name. It doesn't mean anything. It's dumb.
But that's the best name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Blamo.
ambiguous. Yeah, it's so tacky. But like,
That's what Jeremy says when he comes.
yeah, touche. Very true. I'm like, but
You just got Blamo.
we're doing this watch thing, and it's like we started to chat with them, and they were like, yeah, we're looking at, and they just like mentioned like 2 years away, and I was like, and they're like, so we're gonna have to expedite this 2 years, and I'm like, 2 years? That's your expedite?
Bro, is it Shinola?
No. No,
turned out
it'll be
Portnoy?
good. It'll be good. So
Hell
that
yeah.
I'm excited to do.
Banger.
The scary thing is like they won't be cheap. And so my thing is, am I going to be left holding
Are you
$100K worth?
are
of
you
watches?
Are you pouring money into it?
Yeah.
Up front?
No,
Okay.
no. I mean, and there's gonna be all transparency. Like the downside is someone was like, hey, Jeremy, you should do this. You'll make this much money. And I was like, but that is such a scary risk.
Right.
I would much rather not
Sure.
try to make this much money and do something and then be like, hey, look, we did this.
Damn.
well,
So
if you
coming soon in
Yeah.
2026.
If you're looking for a $40
2025.
movement to white label, I
Yeah.
think I could put
What do
you
you think will come
onto
out-
the right website.
What do you think will come out first? Avatar 4 or the Blamo watch?
Is Avatar for
I don't
the
fucking
next?
How far into the 2-year process are we?
It'd probably be late 2024, early 2025.
Okay, so we just started. The
No,
2-year
we
Oh,
moved
so
it.
it's- Okay.
Yeah, they pivoted. We held back. Then there was negotiation.
It's a dance.
Yeah.
It's a delicate dance.
I think from what I remember you telling me, I think people are going to be really impressed.
We'll see. And the downside is they're like, if our products roadmap changes on this, we might have to alter it for this.
Mm.
And then what they didn't realize is when they said that they were going to change that, it connected to a larger thing that people buy already.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that means I shouldn't be buying these other things because you're going to change A, B, and C.
Right.
And they were like, NDA.
Welcome to the fucking watch.
A lot of
game.
letters.
Yeah.
A lot of letters there.
Um,
ABC, NDA.
Yeah.
Jeremy, where can the kids follow you? What do you want to plug? The floor is yours. Go off, buddy.
I'll plug Blamo, the pod. Listen to the pod. Join the Patreon if you want. It's funny. There's a lot of TF folks who have joined and been like, okay, I'm out.
But hey, you got
All
him
due
for one. You
respect.
got him for one monthly payment at least. Right?
Yeah. Thank you for. I will say there are folks who think that like I don't, or like I want to shit on them, or I don't want to talk to them. Like one guy's like, "Yo, like I got a DM from someone, and he was like, rate my fit," and I was like, "Huh? Like who are?" I was like, "What's your name? What are you
Also,
trying to
how
do?"
about say please?
Yeah, well, it was bizarre. So I would say, if you come over, whatever it is,
Be respectful.
well, I just don't think we're good at rating fits. We're never,
I always just say 5 stars. Like,
Yeah,
without
I
even
do-
looking at it.
Tell them what they want to hear.
I do give everyone.
I don't even open the image.
I'll
if it's a
give
school
you-
shooter fit, though, I will alert the authorities.
Yeah, the like thumbs up. The number one the response I'll do is I was like, if it makes you happy, go off.
yeah, no, and honestly, that's not even like you not trying to engage. That's what all that should matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, because I don't care what you wear. Be happy.
All right, so
Enjoy yourself.
Blamo podcast, Patreon. What about are you still restricted on IG? Can we follow you?
Yeah. At the Kirkland,
The
my
Kirkland.
IG. Yeah, and then there's the Blamo IG, which is fucking.
Any
Fo-
big
yeah,
any
follow
big
that,
any
yeah.
big end of year epis coming out or top of year epis?
I hope there's a couple like musicians that'll be fun.
Sick.
John Mayer, is he your dream guest? Besides Ralph?
No, Mayor's cool. Like, I mean, I've interacted through various forms, direct and indirect. And I mean, he's done other pods, but he doesn't do pods.
He tends to not give great interviews.
Well, he
or
doesn't-
get or
he'll-
self burn
he will
like
do,
his crotch
His racist dick.
he will do
Yeah,
pods
famously.
about things that aren't,
about him.
no, he'll do pods about music.
Right.
And he'll do pods that are in that, but he won't do a pod where it's like, I basically wanted to talk to him about things he didn't want to discuss. He doesn't want to discuss
His racist penis.
he doesn't want to discuss watches or clothes.
Really?
Yeah. He'll
Okay.
discuss that like off rip.
Right.
If him and CB or whatever are getting their dinner at Cool Guy restaurant, like they'll talk about that stuff. But like he's Because like all that stuff connects to like a level of wealth,
Sure.
that I don't know. But like, yeah, if I was doing a music pod of music theory.
Well, big musicians coming soon on Blamo. Jeremy, thank you for coming
You're
on.
the best,
to-
bro.
I hate
Thank
saying
you
this,
so
but
much.
Thank you for coming on to the only podcast that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Great to fucking see you now. Now this is done, we can actually hang out tonight.
Jeff.
We appreciate you, buddy.
Take us out.